Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Arina Hoshimi, the chillest space alpaca in the universe. And welcome back to my Dreamland. Hi! You spat it already? You can refund? Hi everyone in chat. I'm Arina and happy Saturday. No way to refund? Really? I thought you can't mod like refund people if they spent their points. You can refund it to them. When and man on. Also, hello everyone who joined the chat early. Hello, Yumi, and welcome back, Mimi. Welcome back, Alpaca, and welcome back, Ika. Welcome back, Holo, and welcome back, Chameleon. I got 10 out of 10, thank you. And hello, Claire. And hello, Mad Scientist. And also, welcome at last moth? Hello. Welcome. New people in chat. You accepted the request, so can't refund. I thought I told you guys before. When you're a mod, you can't get the VIP badge. Like, you can only choose. You either be a mod or you either be a VIP. You know. There are people who were mod in this community, and after they stopped being a mod, I gave them VIP row. That's how it's going. Maybe so one day if Ika stopped being our mod, I'll give you VIP. No, the thing is, Twitch doesn't let me. You know. It's not like I don't want to give you, or you can't like put two badges next to your name. Is that Twitch, the system literally doesn't let me add both rows together. It's either I give you a mod. If you're already a mod, I can't add you as a VIP. You're so glad you're VIP. You feel so empowered. Ika is privileged enough. Why is he asking for more? I mean, he spent his points for the redeem. It's legit. You know? Yeah, but okay, I remember it, Ika. If one day you don't want to hold the green sword, I will give you the pink diamond, okay? You're greedy, stop being greedy. Sometimes you can't get, you know, everything at the same time. Can you get the streamer badge? Well, if you start streaming, then maybe you can give it to someone who would pay him for it. I don't think VIP row is for selling. I don't accept reselling a VIP row, huh? So, tonight it's Saturday, chilling, chatting time. Yippee! You graduated from streaming? Well, maybe that's a good choice. Streaming is pretty tiring. That's all I can say. But I have fun, okay? I have fun. It's not like, I have to force myself to doing this. I'm having fun. Streaming gives me energy because I love yapping. I love talking. But I'm more on the quiet side in real life, unless I have to. Like, I have to talk. Yeah, but talking on stream, it's different. I feel like more expressive. Can be more open on whatever I want to talk. Just fun being an anime girl. Yep, that's one thing. It's fun. Pay me $50 and I redeem it for you. No, you can't do that. No. You a strict person? I don't hold my words and I'm tired pretending I'm not myself. I see. When you stream, do you put on like a persona when you stream? More expressive, look at motto. No, why could that be? I mean, I like my current model. It definitely, it's more expressing. You know? It captures all my facial expression. When I smile, when I laugh. Or am I like being angry? You know, that's a good thing of having a motto with good break behind. You don't want to get cancelled? Thankfully, you graduated on a good side. That's great, you know. Internet world can be scary sometimes, you know. Everything can happen. When you're angry, you just look sad. In my opinion, really? When I angry like this? Do I still look sad to you? I mean, this is not angry. This is not angry, dude. Where's my angry face? My angry face is gone. You can do the funny YouTube Shorts face. What is a funny YouTube Shorts face? What's that? What is funny YouTube Shorts face? Huh? The one face on my YouTube short. Which one? I have funny face on YouTube shorts. I made a lot of YouTube shorts nowadays. Sigh, never mind. Which one? What? Tell me. I'm lost. And also, hello, Thomas. Welcome. Hello. How are you doing? My one face on my YouTube shorts? What face? You can contribute half of that money on this, then I'm gonna redeem it for you. Stop selling stuff on here. VIP is not for selling. That mad face? Mad face? Like... I don't... Where's my face? I can't find my face. Huh? Which face? Let me see. This one? This one look angry. You can't post the link. I'm so sorry. Mad? Like this one, no? Oh, I know. Wait, like this one. The pouting face. Isn't it the mad face? You gave... Let's move on. Which face? I know which shot you're talking about, but I don't know which face you're talking. That's more disappointed. I can't be mad. This one? How about this one? This is not mad. Isn't that mad? Mad face. Also, hello, littling. The face might be say Arina is sheep. I thought it's that face, no? Wait. Let me check my own shorts. What is going on? That disgust face? That is disgust? Oh my god. Oh! I know what you're talking about now. This one. This is called surprise face. This is not the angry face, okay? This is surprise. This is not angry. This is not angry. This is like, huh? What? I look angry? No. What the heck? That is a kimono face. This is like shocking. Like, nani? Nanda to? Eh? I guess everyone have like different interpretation when it comes to facial expression. It's funny. First time seeing this face. Yeah, I have a lot of secret expression. Also, hello, Alex. Now this is angry. Howdy. Hello, Bistro. Welcome to stream. How many faces I have? I think I have like... I have this one too. What is this? Oh, this one is like... I also have a crying face. Do you guys want to see it? No. Thank you for the follow. Oh my god. Thank you. Yeah. Don't make Gary cry. Thank you so much for the follow. You didn't make me cry. I'm happy. So cute. Thank you. You can stream with that. Stream with my... You look like you're sweating? What? You could totally keep that face. Okay. I'm gonna stream like this tonight. Do you guys even know? What are we going to talk about tonight? It looks so... Streaming with this face is a little bit weird. It's like I'm always like crying. Ah, thank you for the redeem on the Paka voice. It's PN face. PN. I mean, I can choose like whether I have my teardrops running down my face or no. This is with like no teardrops, and it just look like it just look PN. But like I can also, you know, let my tears drops from my face. But now I'm going to do redeem the real Paka voice. Thank you so much for the redeem, and I'll let you hear how is it, how a real alpaca sounds like. You ready? Hmm? 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 It looked like you're cutting an onion near the campfire. True. It looks like I'm cooking. Sad Paka. Her eye is sweating. That's cute. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy my little face. The last few times I redeemed real Paka voice, you never saw it. No. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You should redeem. You should refund yourself. Sometimes when I'm playing game, it's hard for me to catch up on the activity feed. Sometimes I just overlook. I'm so sorry. Toasting Kimo face Hosu. Which one? Which one is funny? This one? Wait, this one? You guys think this face is funny? Should I like start like streaming with this face tonight? For the rest of the night? Hello? You guys know? What are we going to stream tonight? We're going to talk about... We're going to talk about... Y2K aesthetic and Y2Kcore. And I know some of you probably don't know what is Y2K. Y2K means year 2000. Okay. Let me know where you are born when it's year 2000. Because I'm a boomer. I mean, I would just admit it by this point. I was born when the Y2K hits us, so I'm old. Yep. Oh, hello, Thrawn. Just drop in, and I'm confused. What this Y2K thing is? I just started explaining it. Y2K means year 2K, year 2000. So, apparently, for those who grew up with, like, through the 2000 era, now Y2K is actually becoming aesthetic, you know? It's become nostalgic for people. And young people nowadays, like Gen Z people, some of them are trying to, learn the Y2K aesthetic, or they're trying to embrace the Y2K culture. For them, Y2K is already old. Maybe for some of you, that's what you grew up with, You grew up with Windows XP Flash game, Maple Story. You grew up with MP3 player, and you grew up with, I don't know, small digital cameras. You're very old PSP. You're very old NDS. VCup 2. Game Boy Advance. And nowadays, because, okay, I did a little research before today's stream. Try to look for some, like YouTube videos that explained what Y2K is, and we're going to watch together later. I haven't watched all of them. I just do like a little research. And apparently, they are calling those, Nokia mobile phones, Walkman player, MP3 as like ancient tech. I was like, okay, that's already ancient. Alright. Those are old apparently. Guys, if you're growing up with MP3 players, you're old. You think you was too young to know what those are back then? That's good, Because today topic is catered for everyone. If you're old enough, knowing what I'm talking about, that's cool. We can share our experience. But if you're too young to know what's happening during the 2000 era, that's great because you can learn too. It's amazing. Also, hello, Aruzu. You feel so called out. It's fine. It's not about boomer versus zoomer thing. It's just about embracing a time, moments that existed in many people's life, right? Not trendy enough to follow the Y2K trend when I grow up. I mean, I think people who grow up in the 2000 era, you don't even realize that's a trend. I think that's the thing for trend. You don't know you're actually in a trend, or you actually embrace some kind of aesthetic because everyone is doing it. You just do that. It's like in everything around us, like fashion, technology, culture, a lot of things. And you don't feel like, oh, this is something special until, technology advances and people taste change and we move on to another era. And then when you look back, you'll be like, oh, we actually established something different and unique during that era, right? Like for me, if you ask me about old tech, I'll be like, oh, maybe, like a phone with a wheel on it. For me, those kind of like an old tech, right? Like vinyl player, those are like old tech. I mean, nowadays we have like more advanced, trendy vinyl player, but like if you ask me like old tech, that is what I thought old tech means. But apparently for new people, not new people, like young people, cassette tape, those are old tech. Those are like very old tech. And also welcome. Oja Neo, your mother is so pretty, thank you. And also thank you for the follow. Radical Gamer, thank you. You always remember back in 2007, me and my dad ran to queue in Taiwanese in midnight for a global game first release, right? Do you guys still remember DVD? Like the DVD rental place? And before renting DVD, they rent like VCD. And before VCD, they rent, I don't know, like a VHS tape or something? I believe like some of you in the chats probably don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. You're like, VHS tape? What is VCD? And like, what is DVD? And then we also have Blu-ray disc after the DVD thing, right? But nowadays, we don't even use disc anymore. We just use streaming service. CD? Yeah, and I don't know, maybe... Do some of you still remember there's like a big kind of CD? Do they call it like LD or something? It's not a vinyl disc, but it is as large as a vinyl disc. It's like a big size of CD. I forgot what they called. It's a laser. Is this a LD? Laser disc? It is like as big as a vinyl disc. It's a big one. But unless vinyl, it is just like a CD, but a big size of it. Yeah. I think that's like pretty old. Back in the day. You remember seeing all those things my grandpa had, but he never used them. The funny thing is, I see like young people nowadays, some of them start embracing this Y2K culture and they start like buying second-hand Walkman or MP3 players. Some of them buy like iPod Classic through the internet. It's pretty cool. Some computer nowadays don't even have CD players. I feel like most computer nowadays don't come with a CD players anymore. You know, back in the day, our computer all have like a tray for you to insert CD. And some even have like double tray. I don't know whether you guys still remember. Like your computer, we have like two tray for you to insert CD, so you can copy the disc from one to another. You know, I don't know how do you call it in English, but in Cantonese we call it siêu deep. It's like you burn the data from one disc to another one, and that's why some people they have like. Well, Ari, why do you explain such obvious things? What do you mean some people they don't understand or they don't know, right? It's like Mimi. Mimi doesn't even know what a CD is. Mimi was like, what is a CD? That's literally what Mimi asked last stream. No. And the scarier thing is, you think CD is old? Floppy disk. Floppy disk are old. Have you ever used a floppy disk before? CD's not. Wow! You got me. Okay. You got me. You did? Who grew up with floppy disk? People used to play games on floppy disk. Like, can you even imagine? You have actually used floppy disk before? I wouldn't say most of my childhood I grew up with floppy disk, but yes, I've seen a floppy disk in my house. Yeah, because my dad had it. Hello, Ringy. You just got here and now I miss the old days, right? I remember saving Microsoft Works document to floppy. I'm older than you. Possible. You know, I think it's a fun thing. Old enough to use CD, not old enough to use floppy disk. I mean, that's good. Floppy disk is slow, apparently. Very slow. Computer lessons in Hong Kong are always not that reflective. For example, Okay, so I also want to show you some videos that I found. For those who don't know what Y2K is, or maybe if you know what is Y2K is, I feel like even for people who lived through the 2000 era, you probably still found it weird that people call that era Y2K now. Like it actually became aesthetic. Do you feel like it's a little bit unreal? Like it becomes a thing? Like for me, when I look at like people like fashion or culture in the 70 or 80, like those like disco culture and stuff like that, people have big hair, curly big hair, or those kind of fashion, I usually feel, oh, that looks cool, because you feel different from that. Like that feel old, but also like fun at the same time. But now people are calling like Y2K old. It's a little bit funny to me. I feel a little bit surreal, unreal for me. Because to me, that is something I used to. For me, it's not that unfamiliar. But for a new generation, I can see why they find it interesting, because they didn't like grow up in that era. I got a feeling that Ari is younger than me, 2 or 3 years. Who knows? Hello, Mr. Spectra. Looking mighty fine today, thank you. You gotta head out, enjoy the rest of your day. So, are you guys ready to watch some video with me? Actually, I want to watch it. It looks interesting. I want to show you the floppy disk one. For those who never see a floppy disk. It's funny. So let's give me a little bit. Let me set things up. It's a short. Ah, thank you so much for follows. CT, thank you, thank you. Everyone has seen it lah. It's the save button. Yeah, if you wonder what floppy disk look like, it's a saving button, the saving icon. I like how they still keep the save icon as a floppy disk, but that thing doesn't exist anymore. Now I wonder, were like people asking like why save button looks like that? What's a little square for saving? What's that? Anyone have a question for it? Oh, CT, thank you so much for the redeem of real alpaca voice. Guess I have to do it again. Okay. You guys ready? But I didn't keep Clippy. Oh my god, it's so old. I don't know who remembered Clippy. That's so old. Clippy is I can show you guys what Clippy is. You used to have a cool function in Microsoft Word where you can have a little mascot, a little helper help you while you're using the program. You wanted to shoot Clippy, and one of the most famous one is Clippy. He's just a clip. But it's always like staying there, help you and go through everything. You can ask him questions. The original VTuber. True. You know, now I think about that, it's way cooler than AI technology, because now like ChatGPT is just a text box. You can just only like asking AI for stuff, but they don't even have an image. But back in the day, there's a lot of mascot, a lot of like character design when it comes to like a little helper or anything. It's so unique. But like the one big thing I love for Y2K era is that everything it's overly unique. Like people definitely put a lot of time designing something that look different, that look unique. The Kitana Eye ancestor. So true, so true. Also, thank you so much for follow. Ballistic nuclear missile. That sounds scary. But welcome. You mean Bonzo? What is Bonzo? I got the oh, not this one. Okay, let me switch. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. PP Duster, thank you. Alright. Not the scuff. Hello, PP. Hello, do you know what is Y2K? What is this? What is this scuff? No. And now I'm gonna play some video, and for those who don't know what is Y2K, you can get to know what is Y2K era. But let's start with floppy disk. In case you don't know what is a floppy disk, are you ready? Let me stop the thing first. And then, oh, I also need to get the sound. Sound. Browser. Okay. This is a floppy disk, in case you don't know what is a floppy disk, okay? Oh, can you hear the... You see, it is floppy. It is... Have you guys even seen that? Do you know the Y2K arena? You can't hear the video, really? Give me a little bit. Floppy disk is like... I feel like it's before Y2K, actually. But it's like old tech now. I believe when it hits Y2K, floppy's already gone. CDR is Y2K. It is. CD is Y2K. Where is the audio? I just want to show... I know it's not from Y2K era, but I just want to show you guys floppy disk in case you don't know what is a floppy disk is. Wait. Okay. Can you hear it now?
Are called floppy disks because they're actually floppy. This one isn't so floppy.
Actually, I never saw the big one, the big floppy disk. I never saw that before. I think I'm not that old.
Floppy. As you can see.
I think I never saw that. I never saw the big one. Small one though. I saw that.
This is what the
I want to watch this video because this looks cool. Oh, why so small? Let me make it bigger. Give it a little bit. Why does everything look so small? It is like big enough to watch. Maybe I'm too big. Okay. It is watchable. The big one are called 5.25-inch floppies. They're actually medium because 8-inch floppies also exist. What? Have you used them?
The original Xbox looked like in 2001. It's a far cry from what we see today, with its almost otherworldly design. In fact, that's exactly what Microsoft
I never owned an
intended.
Xbox. I
It
didn't
was
know
made
Xbox used to
alien,
look like that.
exciting, and powerful. If you fell asleep next to this screen, there was a good chance you'd wake up to the sounds of inhuman.
You know the thing is, I feel like nowadays the modern layout, even for UI design, everything is so minimalistic, so simple. It lacks of style. In the past, I feel like, especially around the 2000 years culture, those era, everything is so over the top. Maybe that's just me.
And a wailing ambience
That
feels
UI,
more at home
right?
in the depths of Subnautica. The PlayStation 2 also had a very unique feel to it. From the
PS2
futuristic
actually
startup
always
screen to
looked
the menu,
really
with these floating objects representing
fancy,
each game.
the
Of course,
design.
it wasn't just consoles that used to look like this. The term Y2K, more broadly, describes a range of unique, strange, and downright
Oh
disturbing.
my god, I love those like colorful.
The
Let me
term
go back.
Y2K, more broadly, describes a range of unique,
Look at this! The colorful, transparent shell era. Every electronics, they always come out with a transparent version? Like even the Mac, look at the Mac. Can you like believe that? How Apple advanced the design over time? They used to have this like colorful Mac back in the day with like vibrant color. And they always come with this transparent plastic shell on everything. Neon color. You still have this day? Yes, but not as popular as like back in the day. I feel like the reason we still have it this day because people feel nostalgic towards it. Like they still want to embrace this kind of aesthetic. But it's definitely like not a common thing anymore. Like now.
strange, and downright disturbing aesthetic styles from the early 2000s. A time when tech was still an unchained
look
collection
cool,
of zeros and
right?
ones that could fly around your house at light speed, but somehow couldn't run crisis. Anyway, let's dive in.
I'm ready.
Why is everything chrome?
Why is everything chrome? I like the chrome era.
Coming at a
Holographic?
similar time to the
Oh my
obsession
god, this
with
looks so
making
old.
everything see-through, we'll get to that later, there was a trend of metallic silver technology and media.
Yeah,
You might
silver
remember this
is
from
the
things
cool
like
color.
Nintendo DS, flip phones and digital cameras. It was usually achieved with a curved chrome-plated plastic, a great example being this version of the PlayStation 3 controller, or even an earlier concept for it. However, if you
I think it's because, like, back in the day, people think it is unique or futuristic. I feel like at that time, people embrace like futuristic aesthetic, and that's all they can think of when it comes to, you know, their future. So like in 2000, we are entering an era where technology advanced like way faster than before, and that's why people always have this fantasy on, oh, what future is gonna look like. And it's somehow something just look like this. This controller looks so ugly. I feel like back in the day people think it's cool. Nowadays you look at it and you think like, oh, that looks weird.
grew up around the time, you probably recognize it more from music.
Hello,
videos.
Elusive.
People love to set them in these weirdly abstract and
Looks like
futuristic
sci-fi. Yeah, they love
environments, likely
sci-fi.
to show off their superior CGI budget.
Yeah, this is
captured
unique.
perfectly in Busta Rhymes and Janet Jackson's "What's It Gonna Be" from 1998, where everything down to their teeth is covered in this fluid chrome plating.
I mean, these things
Album
actually
covers got a similar
exist.
treatment,
It's not
with
make
the
up
same
or
blue-tinted
anything.
silver objects
It's
being prevalent
very
in design. A lot of people
common
refer to this trend in general
and
as
popular
chromecore.
back in the day.
The main distinction between this and aesthetics like cybercore is the use of less
Cybercore,
diverse color palettes and gradients.
as they say.
However, I believe the main reason for their popularity in the 2000s is pretty much identical. With effects like this rapidly emerging and wowing audiences across the world, there was a deep fascination with rendering reflective 3D
Embrace the
objects.
Y2K
So they were linked with
era.
actual
Hello,
advancements in
risk
technology
taker.
at the time, but also allowed for the creation of these exciting interpretations of the future. For example, you'll notice a lot of images associated with cybercore are just cool renders created through software like Bryce 3D. Interestingly, these designs weren't limited to technology and media. Architectural movements like blobism made use of these rounded
Yep,
chrome
we still
objects
have
as well.
this.
Have a look at these seats from a New York jeans store in
I mean, those, I don't know. I feel like every like country probably have something like this. We have this in Hong Kong too. You know, when you just go across like some park or in front of a like a modern architecture, modern building or museum, they always have this like silver, I don't even know how to call this, drop. Just put it where it's like always super big. Just put it at like a random place. Hello, Rift Walkers. And it's so funny. We are looking at the aesthetic and culture in the millennium era.
Look at these seats from a New York jeans store in 1997, or this prediction of household appliances in 2020.
It's the 2020 era. Maybe you're too young.
If you never had a controller
Y2Kcore
like
廣告好
this,
中意
I'm
mix 埋啲
sorry. Because
cyber
another
CD
huge
係啊
trend in the early 2000s was these translucent, colourful casings.
This is some good stuff. But to be honest, when I was young, I don't like the see-through design. They always like you know, oh like this Game Boy Advance. Like they have see-through design, but they also have a non-see-through one. I usually, if I can choose, I always like pick the non-see-through one. I never found see-through like cute or cool. I don't know why.
For devices. Of course, this design choice wasn't
But those are
necessarily
cute.
anything new, having been around since the 80s and things like the Game Boy Advance. However, it was extremely popular. If you have $500 spare now, you can see it yourself in the original Halo Edition Xbox.
Damn,
with
now
its
is
dark
those
see-through
things are
green.
expensive
The PlayStation
nowadays.
2 even had an ocean blue version that came.
Okay, this ocean blue actually look cool. These actually look nice. 透明機殼夠 cyber. Yeah, it's like, I feel like back in the day, people loved using the word cyber to like, oh, this looks so cyber. It's like cyber means cool. Now think about that. Nowadays, we rarely call things cyber anymore, like except cyberpunk. You know, people will say, oh, I love it. This looks so cyber. Now we don't talk about that anymore. We like minimalistic, we like simplicity, modern. Now if you use the word cyber by itself, it's sus. 懷疑你偷走數碼港，所以數碼港咪夠咯。如果今時今日佢起，都唔會叫數碼港啦。
An ocean blue version that came equipped with a
你
translucent
唔覺得聽嚟好 old
I
school 咁
remember
樣數
loving
碼
it.
港
and the way you could look inside and pretend you knew what the hell any of the switches and wires were doing.
Now we call it
Not a
like,
problem.
we like call, you know, use the word tag, technology tag, but we don't call it cyber anymore. Cyber feels old.
Prominent examples are the iMac G3s, and the whole
This is really cool, you know. Back in the day, I feel like when Apple like still releasing this kind of computer in that era, Apple, it's very uncommon. It's only like famous within like the designer community, I think. It is very uncommon for you to find like an Apple computer in like household. You know, Apple only start gaining the fame after they have like they released iPhone. Before that, it's a very niche brand. You know, at least that's what I felt like when I was younger. But the first time I encountered a Mac computer was in my mom's friend's house, and she used to be a designer, and she had a Mac computer which exactly looked like this but in the color of orange in her house. And I was like, it's not mine. It's owned by my mom's friends, and she had this in her house. And I was like very, very young. I look at it, I was like, that looks so fancy. Oh my goodness. And she was like, oh, this is called a Mac computer. It's different from a Windows computer. And I look at her, was she using that? And I can't understand what is going on, you know? It's so super fancy for me
slogan
at that
of
time.
Sorry, no beige. This of course refers to a series of advertisements put out with the IMAX in 1999 to accompany the 13 or so widely different coloured casings.
Can we stop by
Apple,
for a
like many
moment? Gotta
others,
go now.
used these sorts
Alright,
of
enjoy
colourful
the rest
designs
of your
to
day.
distance
See
themselves
ya!
from the previous generations of technology and capitalise on the hype around futurism. Today,
All the
this
laptop
transparent
PCs
type of
except
tech
one
is
which is
more of a novelty, and I associate it more with lower quality
specifically
hardware that's
a
trying
Mac
to appear
lab.
more
That's
interesting
cool.
than it actually is. That being said, I wouldn't be upset if Xbox started shipping
Arina
consoles
has
with
10 of
controllers
them.
like
I've
these
none.
again.
I'm not rich. Gaming aesthetic, okay.
Naturally, this brings us to the aesthetics of gaming in the late 90s and early 2000s.
The cyber
Before the era
kids.
of endless boxes and panels, a lot of UIs would take on a more adventurous and, at times, surreal form. I've already mentioned the obvious examples of Xbox and PlayStation 2, but you can look a bit closer at games themselves. Halo CE is a great example, with its chromes and blues, giving the menu a unique, futuristic feel. Hot Wheels Velocity on PlayStation 2 is another, drawing from a similar colour palette and style of text.
Never played this
These
game
sorts
before.
of designs also translated into a number of different widgets for
Love
Windows
this.
devices, particularly the media player. I've seen the original one.
Media player! Oh my goodness! I forgot about this. We used to have a thing called media player. And people will make like beautiful skin, unique skin on their media player. I don't even realize, like now these things don't exist anymore because people just listen on, I don't know, Apple Music, Spotify. You just open a browser and you start listening to that. That's probably a Winamp. How many of you used Winamp before? Use Foobar. How many of you use that? You can actually download like cool skin that other people made it, and you can change your your music player to that. Like so cool. Oh my gosh. And things just start like disappearing.
From Halo 2
I don't even
as well
notice
as this
that.
awesome Xbox thing
Yeah,
for
media
Windows
player's been a
XP.
big thing.
Something else I've noticed recently is a fascination with showcases in stores from the 2000s, especially those around the
Ooh.
original Xbox and PlayStations. Take a look at this, the first and only example of an in-person
They have a PlayStation store?
physical PlayStation store. Before
Oh my
closing in
God.
2009, this shop was home to all of the latest games and consoles,
That looks
with its
cool.
curved architecture and futuristic design. Another cool example
talk about
is this
Walkman.
Xbox
I will
booth
talk
at
about
a
it later.
2001 Tokyo Game Show. I love the cases full of Xboxes and various controllers, all lit by an alien green glow. The booths of today are a bit different, opting for cleaner, glossier, and more minimal displays. There are also a lot of
You know, there's one good thing about minimalistic, like it looked readable, sharp, but at the same time, because nowadays every brand is like doing the same aesthetic, it becomes boring sometimes, you know, everything is minimalistic.
advertisements that follow the same aesthetic principles. You'll note similarities across images like these, having almost psychedelic swirls, patterns, and gradients in the background, and chrome
Hello,
emblems and
Star
text.
Kid.
They were made to be edgy and attention-grabbing, much like the design of games and consoles themselves.
Metal Hearts?
Dubbed after a 2001 book of the same name, Metal Heart can be described as an edgier version of aesthetics like Cybercore. A lot of the widgets and designs I just
Cybercore.
mentioned fall under this category, featuring abstract, jagged, and metallic shapes. The images you'll see associated with it feel very mechanical and otherworldly. Reaching its peak popularity.
To be honest,
around
I'm not a big
2001,
fan of
A lot of later
Cybercore.
designs were likely influenced by the aesthetics in The Matrix, inspiring digital
But
artists
I
and
can
communities like
get it.
DeviantArt. Metal Heart would ultimately fall into obscurity long before the 2010s.
That's so
and
pretty
the emergence
cool.
of aesthetics like Fruitiger Aero.
I have to confess, I never actually watched Matrix. I know it's very famous. I don't know why I've like never got into Matrix myself.
The aesthetic called Gen X Soft Club is probably my favourite one in this video, and a style you
Gen
likely
X
didn't know had
Soft
been
Club?
given a name.
What are
It's
these?
essentially a softer
Watch it for the
representation of
meme.
Y2K and 90s futurism.
Is it
by
worth
cool
it? Is it
colour
like
schemes,
a good
skylines, and
movie?
blurred, distorted graphics. Looking at images like these, you'll probably
Okay,
notice
let's skip to the fashion.
Now, it
type.
wouldn't be a Y2K video if I didn't touch on some of the fashion-related aesthetics.
The flip phone, like all this like blinking sticker. I don't know how to call this. This is like the sparkle. This is like sticker, but it look like diamond. You know, like a sticker diamond. What is the English term for those? Like people would just buy like a big sheet of sticker, and you just stick all this like bling, jewelable sticker on everything you own, on your phone, on your MP3 player, on your I don't know your book or everything. Glitter sticker. This is more than like sticker. Hello, serial destination. Hello.
Aesthetics. Today, when people use the term Y2K, they are often referring to a bunch of different clothing styles
Seems
from the
that
early
way.
2000s, which have been divided up into a lot of different categories.
But you do it
I've touched
yourself.
on this
Like
in an earlier
DIY was
video,
a big
but one of the
thing.
most prominent
back in
is
the day.
McBling. This encompasses the
Mr.
trend
Bling.
of rhinestone
Everything is
studded
like bling
flip phones,
bling.
hot pinks,
Oh my God.
silvers, and golds. Basically, anything a brat stole would be sold wearing at the time. Common themes are animal print clothing, slogan t-shirts, and low-rise jeans. Today you'll spot it in TikTok hashtags or collages of various pinks and metallic items.
Yep.
Another distinct style is known as 2K1. A lot of this revolves around denim outfits and clothing that incorporates the American flag.
Thrift
Throwback
store.
jerseys are another common thread, alongside low-rise jeans, similar to McBling. It can also be seen in music
Just
videos,
call you
often
Jay?
associated with
Okay.
pieces like Can't Deny It
Cool.
from 2001. Nowadays,
grew up with
the
the
term Y2K
Y2K
has become
aesthetic.
pretty ambiguous. It originally referred to a software problem known as the Y2K bug, which I'm sure you've heard more than enough about online. It's become
I still remember that. Like people made it like such a big thing back in the day. Feels like the end of the world. When you finally hit like year 2000, people were always talking about this Y2K bug, right? Like, oh, we are entering year 2000 and we have this Y2K bug and all the system is going to have some issues, like in your computer and everything. They made it sound like a disaster.
more known now as simply a general name for a number of distinctly 2000s design aesthetics, which can be broken down into useful categories. In answering the question of why it looked the way it did, a lot of it can be boiled down to brands trying to capitalize on the excitement for the new millennium and the promises of technological advancements. People were more likely to buy into a console that felt alien and futuristic, or products with interesting shapes and a slick coating of chrome.
That's true.
Additionally, as digital art became more accessible and the software more powerful, the natural thing to do was to show it off with complex renders or textures in music videos.
I have a video
Anyway,
about
that's-
the Walkman thing. I think it is like this
This
one.
is a Sony Walkman.
Yeah, this is the Sony Walkman。千年蟲有約知，我仲記得啊，嗰陣時好多人都講話千年蟲會影響電腦啊，即係講到好似世界末日咁樣噶嘛，講到所有嘢都會運作唔到。但係到咗2000年之後，哦冇事。
An iconic piece of tech from the 70s that
This
should
is
be
the
long
cassette
forgotten. It was
Walkman.
supposed to be obsolete, replaced by CDs, MP3 players, and streaming. But somehow, against all odds, it
For those who never heard of Walkman, it's actually like a brand under Sony for all the music player. The Walkman is actually so cool. Where they start with like this cassette tape and they have CD player too, and they have MP3 players and all the other music player. They even have mobile phone which have this Walkman logo on it because they are focusing on, you know, music, playing music.
it's back. Retro tech is everywhere. Wristwatches, flip phones.
Yeah, they call it retro tech now. Flip phone, vinyl, even like digital camera is retro tech now. Maybe like film camera. This is not digital camera.
Vinyl, film cameras, and now
Yeah.
cassette tapes? Why, in a world of
Sony
unlimited
Walkman,
content at our fingertips, are people turning back to this? At first, I thought the answer was simple: nostalgia, retro aesthetics. But the deeper I looked, the more I realized it's about something much bigger, something we lost along the way.
You
But
still using
what
Sony
exactly
player?
did we lose, and how could the Walkman help
The
us
new one
find
though,
it? To
right?
figure that out, I bought a Walkman from
They have
eBay.
those
It turned
expensive
out to
player
be
now
much
for
harder and
lossless
much more expensive expensive to acquire
File.
than I thought. This one cost me $250 and it's from 2004.
$250.
And when it arrived,
That's so expensive. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, Juna VT. Hello. Juna, feed us. We brought snacks. Hello. Mimi's in there too. Hello. He is so pretty. Who are you? Who am I? Now he tells me to rate his grandma. Thank you for taking care of my grandkid. And also, hello everyone. Hello. We played horse game. Ah, I see. I wish I could play horse game. I couldn't play it unless I use VPN. I hope you guys had a great time. Thank you so much for the raid. Let me give you a shout out. Hey, why this shout out is not working? What? Why? Let me follow you back. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. I have a great time. We are doing a just chatting night. We're just hanging out, and we're going to look at the Y2K aesthetic and some retro tech they called. Yeah, but I grew up in this Y2K era. This thing is not really that retro to me, but apparently for some people, like my grandkids Mimi, all this stuff are new to them. It's a history lesson. History.
didn't even have batteries. I quickly discovered that it needed these special gumstick batteries, which took some effort to
Was
find
retro?
and even more effort to
This
charge.
Walkman
Once the
player,
battery situation
retro.
was sorted, another
And this is actually pretty old. Actually, it's a cassette tape Walkman player.
problem arose. I didn't own any cassette tapes,
But
so I bought.
Apparently, it's cool now. You know, people think it's cool using retro tag. My parents had a lot of. You remember those? You've seen that. See, Mimi is asking, what's a cassette tape? This video will show you what is cassette tape. Mimi doesn't even know CD. You know how that made me feel so old. This is a cassette tape. You had that cassette player? 好似啲考古學家發現古文明。
I was transported back in time.
Apparently
Holding the
these
Walkman for
are
the first time
old.
was fascinating. Despite a few scratches, it showed up in great condition. Although the controls feel completely foreign compared to today's tech. Instead of a digital volume wheel, there's a slider offering only 3 settings: quiet, loud, and super loud. Finding the right listening volume wasn't exactly easy. Here's also an aux port on top, and on the side there's this mechanical
No
roller for
wireless.
rewinding, fast forward, and play and pause. Mine even arrived with
60-minute
a
A/B side. Yeah, you know when you play it, the cassette tape has 2 sides, and you finish the A side, you can flip it and play the B side.
Long play, 84 hours, which must have seemed impressive back
And after you play the whole thing, you also have to reverse it back to the beginning so that you can listen to it again.
in the day, though I haven't tested the claim yet. And to complete
wish
the
that
retro
Electronics
vibe,
still have
I
headphone
grabbed
jacks.
these original style COS retrospect headphones. They look great, they really nail the nostalgia, but honestly,
It's not
modern
complicated.
headphones like the Sony
To be honest, it's really simple. Because all the things, all the function is literally designed and craved on the gadget itself. It doesn't have a software. It's actually easier and less bug. Because everything, you can just control it straight away. I remember sticking my finger and turning cassette tape and the VCR tape. I did that too. VCR is like a VHS tape. It's a cassette tape, but big.
4s are much better and provide a better listening experience too. The vintage headphones leak audio badly and, well, they sounded distinctly 1979. Yet pairing a old Walkman with new headphones made me reflect on how far technology has advanced, yet also how some experience never truly lose their charm. The
Broke
simple
many
act of
tape as
loading
well
a
because
tape,
I pull
pressing
out the tape
play,
for
and
fun.
carefully adjusting the controls felt completely
Child,
different
like
than
doing that,
tapping an
right?
app on my phone.
It's
Suddenly,
fun.
I wasn't just listening, I was truly
did that
paying
too.
attention. And that's when it clicked. This comeback isn't about sound quality or convenience, it's about something deeper, something meaningful that we've lost. So in this video, we'll explore the Walkman's surprising return, how it reshaped
It's so fun, kept
society,
getting into
and
trouble.
why, despite endless music choices today,
Especially when you play with the VHS tape that had your family video on it. Your parents is gonna get so mad. It's like, oh, we taped this. We have this like videotape for our like family hangout, and you ruined the tape. Now it's like gone forever. I can't believe there are people younger than my brother. It was Pokemon for you? Oh no! Like you record the TV shows? Oh yeah. Back in the day, you can record like TV shows or anything on TVs using tape. You can even set the timer and it will start recording TV shows for you. In case you missed it. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh yeah, edit is starting soon. We'll take a little break. I'll stop like playing the video. But we can still like talk. And wait for the ad time. You can record. Nowadays, because we are so into like streaming service, I think there's like no reason for anyone to record any show because you can watch anything anytime you want. Let me switch to another. Hello, stop fishing. Because he got funny number and he stopped fishing. But back in the day, we don't have a streaming services. And that's why you watch everything on TV. And if you can't make it, if you can't like watch it on TV, it's gone forever. And so we have this record function. You have to buy another machine to record it. Thank you so much for the follow, Juna, and thank you so much for the follow, Kitten Red. Good. Thank you for the hat pad. I remember when Beyblade was a thing, my friends at school were jealous that I could get Japanese Beyblade since they're a generation ahead from the West. Beyblade, we can look at Beyblade later. It's cool. And yo-yo, do you guys remember the yo-yo? The cool yo-yo from a Japanese anime? It was cool. You remember the store where you could rent tapes too? The walls were full of tapes. Yep. And then from tapes, they becomes like VCD, and then they become DVD. And then they just gone. I never remember Bakugan. What is Bakugan? What is Bakugan? Am I too old for that? Let me search it. Bakugan? Oh, I know Bakugan. I know that. Yeah. But I haven't played it before. You know what's cool about the old Beyblade? The old Beyblade, they have like actual metal parts in them. They're actually pretty heavy. But the new Beyblade nowadays, because of, you know, safety concern, they are made by plastic. Yeah. The old Beyblade, when the people, you know, fight each other, when they collide, because they have metal parts, you know, sometimes they will have like sparks. They made sparks, like actual fire sparks, when they collide. But with plastic, you know, it's just not as cool as the old Beyblade. And you don't have those like metal sound too. The cling cling. Chup, 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 chup. I used my brother's Beyblade to play against my friends, and let's just say it wasn't a competition. Damn. It's unfair if you use the classic old Beyblade to fight with the modern one. It's not even a fight. Oh, we're back. Let's keep watching. Do you remember Yu-Gi-Oh? The thing is, Yu-Gi-Oh still exists. You make it sound like it's a very old thing. I mean, it's old, but it's not like non-exist anymore. And hello, Diobara. Like, people still play Yu-Gi-Oh nowadays. I feel like even Gen Z knows Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like everyone knows Pokemon, right? It's old, but because they keep like pushing new stuff every year, people still don't feel like, oh, it's old. It's still relevant for a new generation. My friend entered a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. That's cool.
People are rediscovering cassette tapes. But to fully understand this comeback, let's rewind to see how the Walkman changed everything in the first place. You might not own a Walkman, but you live in a world that it created. In 1979, music was everywhere. People walked around with boom boxes on their shoulders,
boom boxes
openly, and TVs played loudly. Music wasn't personal, it was public, shared, and it definitely wasn't on demand. You waited.
I remembered. I borrowed like CD from friends back in the day. And it was really something. Now I think about it. You know, now you don't have that mindset or concept of like borrow something from other people just for you to enjoy it. Maybe game tape. You know, maybe you have a Switch, you know, game card, maybe you still do that. But it's a very common thing back in the day, you know. Oh, you borrow that CD. Or people can actually make their own CDs or the cassette tape, and then they would just lend it to people, you know. Nowadays you have playlists in your Spotify account. You can share your playlist. Back in the day, like, you don't have this playlist thing to share, but you can make your own mixtape and share it with your friends. Like, that's actually a thing. You remember making CDs, right? You know, you can have your mixtape, you can make your own song list, but you make it into your CDs, and then you lend it to other people so they can enjoy the music that you like. That's how you do it when back in the day. You still have no ideas? What's the CDs?
By the radio.
I'll find a video for you later.
But Sony accidentally
CDs still exist nowadays, though.
It started when Sony's co-founder Masaru Ibuka wanted to listen to opera on long flights. The only option at the time was the Sony Pressman, a large cassette recorder used by journalists, not exactly portable or comfortable. Seeing this, Sony's chairman Akio Morita had an idea. What if we stripped out the recording and made it smaller, lighter, more personal? Sony went to work, and on July 1st, 1979, the world changed forever. Sony launched a device called the TPS-L2. It didn't have the iconic Walkman name yet, and initially, sales were slow. But then Sony took a different approach. Instead of traditional ads, they put the device directly into journalists' hands. Imagine being handed this small box, pressing play, and suddenly hearing music clearly through headphones. For the first time, music wasn't tied to a room or speakers. It was yours and it moved
Walkman
with you.
Pog.
And today, that's normal.
Just
In
a few years ago, I
1979,
saw a few
it was
kiddos walk around with the
revolutionary. By the
boombox, feeling
second
cool.
month, Sony couldn't keep up. They sold
You
all
really love
30,000
Spino though?
units that they
Spino's
produced.
cool.
But the Walkman wasn't loved by everyone. People quickly realized that this device wasn't just changing music, it was changing society.
You have to watch
For the
his
first
silence
time,
voice.
individuals could isolate
What is a
themselves
silence
by
voice?
controlling what they heard. One town in New Jersey even banned the Walkman, believing that it caused accidents and made people antisocial. And this became
Make people anti-socials? Wait until they see nowadays everyone is like on their mobile phones crossing the street. You know, I mean, it's legit though. You know, people still use the technology. You still have the same safety concern, and people just become more antisocial now because you can live in your own world. I've heard that God will flip Japan. What do you think about? I've no idea. I've no comments on that.
known as the Walkman effect. Sony briefly
Do you guys used to have microphone back in the day? Yes. I think microphone exists for a very long time.
experimented with adding 2 headphone jacks, a feature they called Hotline to encourage
That's
social
cool.
listening, but it didn't
2
catch on.
headphone jack.
Instead, Sony
Hello,
doubled down
Ark.
on making the Walkman look cool. Within a decade,
Yes,
the Walkman
everything looks
wasn't
cool
just
back in
a
the
music
day.
player. It was a cultural icon, selling over 400 million units
Damn.
worldwide. But the Walkman's impact didn't end there. It sparked a chain reaction, paving the way for iPods, smartphones, and the unlimited digital content we enjoy today. Yet with everything at our fingertips, why is the Walkman making a comeback now? To really understand this comeback, we have to
I wish
first
I have
look
one.
at
I don't
why
have a cassette.
tapes declined in the first
Oh, yeah,
place.
yeah, yeah.
Throughout the 90s and early 2000s, CDs rapidly replaced tapes. They offered clearer sound quality, better convenience, and easier navigation. You could jump to any song instantly. Soon after, MP3 players, especially the iPod, made things even simpler. Music libraries became portable, digital, and seemingly endless.
Hello,
It felt like the
Benny-san.
final chapter for cassette tapes. But now, tapes have found new life. Not because they're superior, because they're not, but precisely because they're less convenient. That intentional inconvenience is exactly why some people are ditching streaming
Really?
for cassettes today.
So
In
cassette
today's
tape is a
world
thing
of
now?
Unlimited streaming.
Where can you find a
music has
cassette
become
tape nowadays?
Disposable. We skip songs
I probably
midway,
still have
we
some
shuffle
cassette tape
endlessly, and we let
at my
algorithms
house.
decide what we hear next. All we say is, "Oh, play Taylor Swift," and that's it. But the Walkman forces you to listen differently. Using the Walkman, I rarely skipped songs. It made me commit to entire albums.
That's true,
enjoying each
because it's
song
so inconvenient. If you want to skip a song, you have to fast forward it, but you can only guess like when the next song start, because you never know. Because like everything is recorded on a cassette tape, it doesn't have like a point for you to jump to. You can only fast forward or go back, and you wait, and you guess, maybe we're at this point, and you play it. You can't skip songs. You can skip, but you don't know how much you skip. It's not like I just press a button and it just go to the next songs. You can only guess how much tape you fast forward, and then you play it and you know, oh, we're at this point. So it is inconvenient. Yeah, you blind fast forward.
intentionally
You
the
never
way the
know.
artist intended. It wasn't background noise, it was purposeful listening. Now Spotify offers infinite choices driven by algorithms. You close the app and your experience resets. It's designed to keep you constantly engaged but rarely fully present. A cassette tape, on the other hand, picks up exactly where you left off. No algorithms, no notifications, no distractions, just music. If you want a specific song, you rewind the tape carefully and deliberately. The Walkman is a single-use device, pure music.
Thank you
No
for the follow,
temptation to
Cammy
swipe,
Wizard.
browse, or multitask. It feels like taking a tech vacation, a break from the digital overwhelm. So people aren't returning to the Walkman because tapes are better, more convenient, but maybe we miss having control. Maybe we're tired of trusting algorithms designed to turn billion-dollar companies into multi-billion-dollar companies.
I mean, I get her point because back in the day I have an MP3 player, like not a cassette player. But you know, when you have an MP3 player, the old one, they can't connect to the internet. You have to install or put songs on your MP3 player in order to listen it. And also, you don't have a lot of space on an MP3 player. You don't have like 500 gigabytes or something. You may have like 64 map, 128 map. We're talking about like MB. We're not talking about gigabyte. And that's why you can only put a very limited song on your MP3. And that's why every time when I put songs on it, I have to think thoroughly what kind of songs I want to listen. I have to make my own playlist every time I update my MP3 players. I have to pick. And then maybe you have like, I don't know, 12 songs on your MP3 and you're gonna listen to that for the rest of the week unless you change up your playlist every day. Isn't it MP4? No, MP3. I mean, there's still MP3 now. MP4 is a video form. MP3, it's only sound. Writing CDs was fun that time, right? I remember finding music through the dodgy pirate sites and then downloading and plugging in my play. We all did that, right? Back in the day, you know? Yeah. And that's why I was so familiar with the song that I used to listen. Because maybe for the rest of the whole week, I just listened to those 12 songs. I know what song is going to like come out after the songs end. I'm like very, very into those music. But nowadays I feel like, I mean, I use subscription service now. I just listen to music more, like way more casually. Most of the time I just let it play, you know. One song and it will suggest another songs to me. It has a good and bad side. The good thing is it introduced me to a lot of new music. Artists that I've never known. But the bad side is I don't take music that seriously anymore, I feel like. Unless it's like really cool, really stand out. Most of the time I just let it play at the back. If I feel like, oh, this song sounds cool, then I might just, you know, look at my phone and check what kind of songs is this. But if I'm going out, if I'm outside, sometimes I just don't care. I just let it play. I just take it way more casually, but I remember back in the day, I'm like really, really familiar with what I was listening. Like, I love this specific artist, these songs. I can like sing. I know every lyric, every words in that song. I got used to English because of YouTube. I mean, I also learned English from YouTube too. YouTube came out when I was 8, back in the old day. The good old YouTube days. Those old YouTubers.
Miss being present, not just for our music, but for our lives. But is the Walkman
Didn't really
the
choose our own
answer,
taste.
or is it part of something bigger? Because clearly, I'm not the only one rediscovering tapes. Cassette sales have skyrocketed in recent years, with modern artists even releasing brand new albums.
That's
on cassette.
cool.
Companies are noticing too, like Fire.
Yeah, I
which
see
released-
now like artists. Like in 2025, they started releasing cassette tape. I was like, what? Really? How can you find a cassette tape player? That thing is expensive. 1 terabyte is already normal for phones. Damn.
announced their own modern cassette player, the CP13. It costs about $80, and
Oh, they
it
have
has
more than
USB-C
one.
charging. And
USB-C
honestly, it sounds
charger?
cleaner and clearer than my vintage Walkman. But there's one catch.
Okay, it's just my comments, but I feel like this is a modern cassette player, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just that this product or this brand, it looks a little bit cheap to me.
It has USB-C charging, and
That costs $80 though.
honestly, it sounds cleaner and
It just feels like when you hear the sound when you hold this cassette tape player, it feels like it's not such a good quality plastic.
clearer than my vintage Walkman. But there's one catch. It's bulky, much bulkier than the Sony
Yeah,
Walkmans.
and that's cool. Okay, I know the Sony Walkman is old, but the design is way better than the new one on the right.
Turns out
Maybe it's
Sony
just
was
me.
uniquely able to manufacture these cassette players at such a compact size. Today, with Sony's factories long closed, nearly all cassette players, like the CP13, are manufactured from the same bulky designs out of a single factory in China. It makes me appreciate what the old Walkman's engineering was able to do.
I wish
But
I
what
have a
if the
cassette
Walkman's
tape
legacy
Walkman?
runs deeper? What if it didn't just change music, it changed how we experience everything? Music became personal, private, a soundtrack experienced alone. And today, most content we consume is in the same way. Isolated scrolling on TikTok, Reddit, or YouTube. Would you watch 4 hours of TikTok if others had to watch beside you? At first, I thought using the Walkman would solve this, giving me control over what I listen to, making music intentional again. But as I used it, I realized the sense of isolation didn't go away. And it made me wonder,
That's
maybe
true.
this isn't just about the tech itself. Maybe it's about how technology shapes the way we interact. I grew up when cassettes, VHS tapes, and dial-up internet were the norm. Multiplayer games happened side by side on the couch. Movies and TV were social events, and casual conversations with strangers happened naturally in public spaces. Today, we stream alone, we game with faceless players online, and we shut out the world with noise-canceling earbuds. An invisible barrier tells people, I'm busy, don't talk to me. The Walkman created
That's
the
true,
ability
though.
to control our social environment through technology, deciding who and who doesn't get to enter our bubble. And today, AirPods and smartphones amplify this isolation more than ever. But don't get me wrong, smartphones, earbuds, laptops, they're all wonderful inventions. They save time, they connect us, but somewhere along the way, that convenience turned into isolation. To continue exploring how past tech shapes our present, watch this next video on the Pebble Watch and surprise.
Okay. Well, I would say the reason why, like, I'm really into my MP3 players when I was young. I needed that because I used to get like bad motion sickness whenever I travel, and I start getting better after I own an MP3 players, because when I travel, when I'm on a car, when I'm moving, I listen to music and it distract my mind, and I stop having motion sickness. Yeah, and that's why I have to always carry the MP3 players with me when I go out. Yeah, I'm just not good at noisy environment. It makes me anxious. You know, I always have music players with me. And I'm used to that. Very used to that. CD players help me sleep. Rediscovered it when I had insomnia years ago. I don't listen to any music when I fall asleep. I need to rest in a very quiet environment. But whenever I travel, I need to have music with me. Otherwise, I start like getting sick really quick. Having wire looks so uncomfortable. You think it's uncomfortable, but it is really reliable. Unless it breaks. But the good thing is, you don't have to charge it. You know, when you have wired headphone or earphone or earbuds, you don't have to worry like, oh, I have to charge that. Like if the battery runs out, I can't listen to it anymore. It also gives you better quality when it comes to the sound quality. What Heaven is like. But of course, with the technology advancement, nowadays even a wireless earbuds or headphone, they also have like crazy cool sound quality. But most of them, they relied on software a lot. Back in the day, it's all relied on the hardware. Nowadays, everything's relied on software. You know, like I said, you look at this Walkman. You know, this old Walkman, like every function is it's literally on the machine. There's no extra fancy things on it. All the buttons on there, everything is just on there. You click the button, you just do what it do. Yeah. And you buy what you get. That's what it is back in the day. Because there's no software upgrade for this little gadget. I remember going through a wired earbud every 2 to 3 months. I kept destroying the wiring inside. That's crazy. I can keep it like more than an year. I'm pretty careful when it comes to wired like earphone. But now I go wireless too. I use the Apple earbud. Gentle Parker. No, it's because I don't want to keep buying new earphone. It's expensive, right? It's not cheap. Get back something. Running with them in my ear and they fall out and I trap over them. I know how you feel. That's a downside of it. This makes me feel so young. I mean, you're a grandkid. So I guess that's legit. That you're young. I also have another... Anyone younger than my brother is a baby in my eyes.
Remember websites.
And this one is also another one that I want to look at. It talks about the old website. It's probably around the Y2K era too. He was born in 2000. Aww. Oh my god, Nanny? My earbud had a flat white kind of cable in its own box. Oh, that's cool. 7.5 years. That's crazy. This is unlocking some core memories, right? I want to watch this.
No, you probably don't because you're like 15. Nostalgic pages formulated
He's
in
calling you
basic
out, Mimi.
HTML. Silly GIFs and wacky website designs. If you saw a website like this
This
today,
is like
you would
so...
assume your old uncle Larry just got a
I'm
computer
so
and was trying to figure out how
old.
to make a website for his side hustle where he whittles pieces of wood to look like forest animals. Nowadays, we get horrid sites like this, websites where you just sort of physically cringe
Everything
when
looks
you look at them.
the same.
Web 2.0 ushered a lot of this stuff into existence. Social
Yep.
media pages where a million people are screaming at once, letting you know about everything they do,
Mhm.
each drop of poop in the toilet, every selfie, each waking thought. The internet wasn't always like that, though.
Mhm.
Before the 2000s ushered in a wave of junk, the internet had websites like spacejam.com, which you can actually still find by going to spacejam.com/1996, at least at the time of making this video. So that's cool. At least I can stare at this website late night.
Damn, I want to
want to
visit this website now.
In this video, I sort of just want to go through cool website designs, old websites that are forgotten to the past, and then show you some gross,
remembering
ugly modern
stuff.
websites too, plagued by a
Right, it's a
homogeneous
cool
UI
journey.
rotted with social
Hello,
media
Poo Poo
features.
Punisher.
So, let's reminisce a bit. Welcome to Pepsi World.
Pepsi
This
World.
website genuinely looks like a joke. If you were to see a website like this now,
Oh
you
my
would
god,
assume
it's
this was
literally from
ironic,
Pepsi?
right? You wouldn't believe that this was real, but this is what the 90s looked like. And honestly, this is kind of fucking cool. There's some aesthetic
We
here.
don't
A
see
website
this
would
thing
never look
anymore.
like this now. In fact, if we take a look at Pepsi.com right now, you know, it looks like a mobile site almost. You know, you have these drop downs with this UI. I mean, it's kind of fancy. I mean, they got some like cool JavaScript going. If I had ad block off, I'd probably be getting 19 ads to buy Pepsi Max Zero or whatever. Scroll down through the website.
You can cover
and you just see
Pepsi Point
these
or
ads
fighter
and
jet. What?
Commercials are playing.
That's so
and
cool.
You're just spammed with flashy little.
I mean, Pepsi, of
UI
course, has a
pop up to the
website, but
screen,
nowadays it's
but
like so
Pepsi
modern.
World. That was kind of cool, huh? If you have the Shockwave plugin, click here. I wonder what happens when we click here.
Shockwave plugin.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
that looks correct. This website
That's
that I'm using to view this, by the way,
crazy.
is called the Wayback Machine, web.archive.org, which is a great way to look at
Wayback
really
Machine.
old
Whoa, I
snapshots
want
of
to check it
websites.
out.
Honestly, this is probably one of the greatest ways to archive web history ever. You can put in
Damn.
any website and then
I
just
used to have my personal website online too. Websites are so boring and too functional now, right? Do you guys have your own personal website back in the day? I actually made it on, it sounds so old, on Microsoft front page. That software doesn't even exist anymore. And if you're cooler, you can use Adobe Dreamweaver to make your website. And when I was in junior high, we have this computer lesson taught us how to make our own web page. And it's our homework to make our own web page and hand it in to the teacher. I was too tech illiterate to know how to do it, but it's like a cool thing, you know. Back in the day, people were like, "Oh, I'm making my own website," and actually, people just put their own profile, like exposing, doxing themselves online. But it is like less crazier, you know, compared to nowadays. Yeah, but it is fun. There are also websites that teaching. They just put on like code on there, like the HTML or CSS code on there for people to copy and paste for them to make their own personal website. It was actually pretty fun. Wayback Machine is really like a time gap, right?
just find snapshots from different points in time. Like, I guess here's one from 2013. You can see that people have stopped snapshotting the website, probably because it's not fucking interesting to look at Pepsi.com anymore.
And also many VTubers with their own website. I have my own website. But it's also very boring one. Because nowadays that's like the only way you can make website now. I mean, you can still make like a cool website nowadays. But the thing is, what makes it so different? Like, why the old website are way more cooler or the design look way more different from each other? It's because we don't have like mobile phone. I mean, we have mobile phone, but we don't have like iPhone or smartphone back in the day. So the whole website design is mainly for people who use the computer. It's mainly for computer access. But nowadays, when you build websites, you not only you have to consider the computer access, you also need to have another version just for the phone access, because I'm pretty sure more people use phone to access internet than computer nowadays. And that's why it changed how we designed websites now. Now the design needs to be more dynamic, responsive. You have to fit in different kind of situation. Sometimes people access this website through TV, through your computer. They have different resolution, you know. Some people access them on your phone, on iPad, and the way you build a web is very different compared to how you build a website back in the day, where the only thing you concern is it's on your computer. Yeah.
I
Why
clicked
isn't
on
late
some
anywhere
random
though? What do you
Pepsi
mean?
snapshot from like 2003, and now my entire computer looks like it's downloading a virus.
Downloading
Everything's
virus?
just flashing.
That's scary.
Pepsi!
Give me back my computer.
Comparing modern UI to old UI is kind of an interesting debate. Some people would prefer the new, some people prefer the old. Take a look at YouTube, for example, which, by the way, they recently added this super thanks button. This is how I integrate a plug into the video. Isn't that funny? You can click this button, and then you can give a little tip if you like the video. This is actually
One
kinda
day
cool.
I want to
don't
have
make,
this
any money
too.
from YouTube. So subscribe to my Patreon and give me a super thanks. YouTube's
Nice
page
ad.
has always sort of looked consistent, right? I mean, the UI has updated a bit, but the biggest change is on the actual page itself. I've grown to sort of like how this page has evolved. In fact, I'm not that unhappy about the modern UI
Cameras
layout.
don't change
There was a time
that
period where
much,
it was
I
much
think.
worse before they've kind of fleshed it out, but it's gotten a little better.
Just on
YouTube's
film from
page
digital,
used
but
to look like this. This is around like, 2012,
the outlook is almost the
2011. I
same.
guess this is, February 29th, 2012.
Yeah.
You could really customize the look of your
I have
page.
more
And I
than
mean, this is
digital
already
camera
way
too.
past Web 2.0. We're already in the age of social media and whatnot, but you could add these kind of custom sidebars. You could have a banner. You could really
Yeah, I had
customize-
something like this in the past. But mine is like for pretty. Camera pretty compact at the time already. Yep. I mean, even nowadays, I still own a digital cameras. I have film camera too, but I don't use that often. Yeah, but I have a digital camera, which is not an old tech, by the way. It's like pretty newly released. It's from Ricoh. Yeah, but it's a nice camera. I still bring it outside. Even I have my iPhone. I know I can take pictures anywhere with my phone. But digital camera, they offer like better quality when it comes to the photos.
As your page, you could change the color
But
of
it
all
becomes
these
a niche
backgrounds
things
of all
now.
the text modules. Modern UI has really moved away from this. There's not as much customizability. By the way,
Yeah.
Donkey was doing vaporwave aesthetics in
Every,
2012. Holy shit.
Every modern
Good.
website, they
It's
all
kind
look
of a
the same.
shame
Like
that
even the website that I built, like for my VTuber profile, I use Card, which is like a website service for you to design your own homepage. Like they still give you some flexibility to move stuff around, but everything like become a blog now. So at the end of the day, even you move like different parts to build your website, it still almost look the same, you know? There's not much design behind it.
on modern YouTube or modern Twitter or whatever, there's not as much of this customizability. It'd be cool to make all of my social media pages look as customizable as I wanted. I want to put like random drawings on the side and just fucking buttons. I want it to look like you got hacked when you go onto my YouTube page.
Back in the day, you put everything on the website. You can do everything with different colorful link and stuff like that. It's chaotic.
This isn't a website
Look at this.
I particularly frequented when I was young. I just asked you guys on Twitter to give me
You
funny
can
old
do
websites.
everything.
Look at this.
You can put whatever you want. Stack them together.
Guy with the handlebar must. It just says hunger. Hunger. Where's this guy? Will Obneman. I don't know what this is. This might be a cult. This one might actually be ironic. I'm not sure. This one might be ironic. This is from 2006. Oh, my CPU interval is at 6 milliseconds. Holy shit, that's really good. Whatever happened to the good old days, man? When they let me drive my Mercedes, my red Mercedes through the page. Why can't I do this anymore, huh? This makes me want to cry and shit.
Oh,
And
damn.
piss and vomit. Really, any bodily
Minecraft.
fluid. It's coming out. This is just sad to look at. I mean,
Neopets! We have to talk about Neopets.
this is just sad. Websites don't want to look like this anymore because I guess they feel it's old or whatever.
But it's cool though, like every, like all this logo, all this word, you have to make like different graphic. All this like an image and you put them together and make them clickable so it makes it to a link. You can link it to each other page. It's fun. Okay, it's fun.
But it just makes me think about how
And every website, they don't look the same. Every website, they have their own identity, personality.
logos in general or UI design in general has gotten much less creative. I mean, look at Google's logo. You go from this like whack.
See, like how back in the day, people was like, if you look at this logo, like nowadays, you feel like the designer is on something. You know, they are on something for them to create something like this. It's Google though. It's Google. It's fun, so something with noodles. I miss clicking on Google. Right? And I don't know what's happened in 1997, but it's pretty chaotic, huh? And then you have this like 3D design. And now everything is just flat and simple. It's just color.
Wacky 90s shit to just the letter G. It's just the letter G, man. That's it. That's all you need. Just
Yeah, nowadays you just become like that. You don't even have the things afterward anymore. You got a G. Just a G.
And this is more colorful than like most logos in existence. Fucking
True.
advertisement. What is this even trying to give me? This would take me a whole year to read. Like they're overlaying it. I can't even see anything. Personal monthly IS stay for charge personal. Yeah. I'll buy it right now. It's mine. Give me. I remember the fuck out of these things. I used to own one of these. It was so cool. I don't even know what it did.
I don't
even
know
know if I ever
these.
plugged it into the computer, but it looked cool. Nowadays, if a company made this, it would for sure like install adware on your computer and survey you. Okay, this is one example where I don't think we should go back.
Nowadays, you open a website, like 10 million ads like pops up. Not saying that we don't have ads back in the day, but way less. Like way less. Like you can go on a website, read something without having like 10 windows pops up and ask you to, you know, close it.
We should not go back to this.
Yeah, Yahoo Messenger. I remember MSN. MSN was so much better, yeah. There was a thing called ICQ too. You guys remember that? Maybe that's too old. Maybe that's too old.
Also, this person is listening to Hooba Stank. That's so funny. 2009 was just a different time.
ICQ, you know that when this sound pops out. Uh-oh. You still remember that? Uh-oh. I remember. My family, me, I didn't know ICQ exists until my neighbors introduced that to us. And my neighbor literally lived like across us. Very close because we live in an apartment building. And she was like, do you know those like cool apps, cool software called ICQ when you can message people through your computer? Like instantly they can respond it to you so you don't have to use phone. And then she introduced ICQ to us and we installed and we just text, we message each other through ICQ. But my neighbor literally just live across us. It's like so close. I could just go to their doorstep in, I don't know, 5 seconds. But we were messaging each other using ICQ. You can do that. Sounds perfectly Ari. Uh-oh. It's so funny.
Time, man. This went so hard as a soundtrack to Rock Lee vs. Gara, you have no idea. Oh my god. CartoonNetwork.com. Look at this shit.
CartoonNetwork.com.
It's just so fun. I just wish people made websites like this still.
Nowadays we don't have this anymore. Everything is like so organized nowadays. You don't make this kind of layout anymore. But in the past it's like really common to do this. You just put an image here and just make them linkable. So you basically can do anything you want. You can just create anything. It doesn't matter. But nowadays, this kind of design doesn't work anymore because it might look good on a computer like this, but when I put on the phone, you need a completely different layout. And because these are our image, it's very hard to adjust itself when you switch to a mobile phone. because the dimension is like different. And not dimension, proportion is completely different, and it will mess up the layout a lot. I guess that's why. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the raid. Nakomoon. Welcome. Nakoraid. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for the follow, Super Jordan. Thank you, Shinkage. Thank you very much. I'm Arina Hoshimi, the chillest space alpaca in the universe. And welcome to my Dreamland. Nakoraid, hello. What did you stream? Doing just chatting? I hope you had a good time. And hello, new people from Knuckles Stream. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for the follow. Jacko Valentine, Self-Processed, Kuma Raw. Thank you, thank you. Hello. Thank you for the shout out. You're welcome. Tonight, we're exploring the Y2K era and its aesthetic. And we're now playing a video talking about the old website that exists in the 2000 era. Back in the day, everything looks more chaotic, but more fun at the same time. Please, at least one of the raiders has no idea what these people have been talking about. I felt so laughed out. I don't know. Maybe they're young people here. I'm a boomer, okay? I grew up with these kind of things. But apparently, these are news to some people.
This just makes me want to click. Get in gear? Okay.
Hello, hello.
I'll get in any gear you want me to get in. I'm fucking in. Let me into the code bank.
Gen Z is old?
Boring, man.
Okay.
I mean, this is a robot's asshole. I'm looking at the inside of a robot's asshole.
Looked it.
I'm lubing up the metal right now. What is this? I don't want to click a button that says purchase quick. It's blue, white font. I want to fucking click get in gear. It looks like a fucking Apple computer. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of this is slick.
We're
It can look
ancients.
slick.
I'm proud of being ancient.
But there's something just so nostalgic about Roblox.
Build it.
Fuck Google.
Build it.
Real gamers use fart.
What is this? What is fart 2? I've never heard of this.
I mean, this is just this should be illegal. This UI should be literally illegal. We should strap Zuckerberg to a chair and force him to stare at this
Looks so
screen
boring.
for 96 hours. Actually,
Yahoo!
He'd probably just start. He'd probably just
We
start
loved
surfing
Yahoo,
it.
right?
This is probably
I used to set
mostly due to
Yahoo
the
as
fact the
my
web wants to kind of
homepage.
unify with
Where
mobile
homepage is still a
UI, and
thing.
So, you know, everyone's
Nowadays,
used to
people
looking at
don't even
things on
care
their
about
cell phone,
homepage
so why
anymore.
not
Fart
move it over
2.
to the actual website
What even is
itself?
fart
Me
2?
neither, Tom. Me neither.
Not
Hey,
having
did you
fun
know
at
that
all.
The U.S. last year spent $285 billion
What?
on ads on the internet.
That's
I mean, I guess
crazy.
this makes sense, but digital media accounts now for over 64% of ad dollar allocation, which
Damn.
just goes to show the internet is just a corporate husk at this point. You have
Welcome,
10 websites that
PDG.
do everything, and you
Not
see
great.
ads.
Thank
I
you
mean, I
so
don't
much
see
for the
ads because I use
raid.
ad block like a real man. Honestly,
Johnny
I'd rather live in the
stream.
age of accidentally clicking on a picture that leads me to meatspin.com and getting a Trojan virus than, having to see another fucking
Nowadays, if you don't have an ad block, you surf the internet, everywhere is like a trap, It feels like you're walking across a minefield and there's like 10 bajillion ads going to pop out. Something that feels like really annoying because I want to try to read like a news article and it's just like ad like keep blocking the view. I just hate that. And they usually make the cross like really small so that you will accidentally click an ad and then a new windows pop up and you try to close that and then you accidentally click another ad. Like, what the heck? Yeah, that's why people use the ad blocker. People really click ads or buy based on internet ads. I don't, but sometimes I accidentally click one, even though I want to close it.
Walmart Wonder Bread ad. And now that
The
I've
fake
said
ads,
Walmart
yeah.
Wonder Bread out loud, my phone is probably going to give me a bread ad next time I'm scrolling through Twitter. Like, I get it. This website looks like fucking feces, but
Oh my god.
I'd rather have this than another fucking Clash of Clans ad. You know the fucking mobile ads on Twitter where it's like there's these mobile ads on let me pull this up. Have you guys seen this shit? It's a mobile ad and it already starts out with this girl's like giant
It's always like this nowadays. Mobile ad apps always look like this.
ass, and then it always just turns into like a zombie advertisement. I hate this shit. If I see I'm gonna see ads like this now. My phone is listening to me, so I'm gonna see ads for zombie empire like all day long. So what are you supposed to take out of all this? I don't know, whatever you want, really. Maybe you like a lot of modern UI. Maybe you like the simplified web, but personally, I find it a bit depressing. It's not even because I want the web to be rid of JavaScript and modern frameworks. I don't necessarily want to just return to IRC chat and play Neopets all day, but there is a sort of sadness in the
I'm
modern
play
structure
Neopets
of the web.
again.
Never mind the aesthetic
Sometimes.
or the nostalgia. The internet used to be a place where
You see, this is the Pokemon Pokemon World website. The official Pokemon website.
user found what they wanted to see. Once Facebook and other social media websites gave birth to the new web, the internet became a place where corporations started finding us what they want us to see, what they think we should see.
The thing with like the fake mobile games ad is that those fake mobile game in the ads actually looks pretty interesting. But unfortunately, when you download the game, it doesn't look like that. Sometimes it's like, they better just make the games that they advertise in the ads. Because that, like, the games looks okay in the ads, right? That makes you want to play it. Unfortunately, when you download it, it's like a totally another thing.
What the algorithm determines we must see, not what we
If a
actually
game is
want to see.
in an
Today,
ad,
the
I just
internet is
assume it's trash
narrower in
garbage.
scope, a place of information
But there are some
gathering and
social
ad revenue.
mobile
Instead of
game
finding
that still
small
have
niche
ad.
groups, we are all put in one big
The
pool
clickbait
and
style
force-fed
ads,
whatever the algorithm dictates for us.
That would
This
cost
is
money.
partly why websites are just less cool. Everything's homogenized. You don't get a cool forum or a specialized website. Everyone goes to the exact same
Sad.
website and talks about everything all at once. Good movie, by the way. I find this sort of sad, though. I wish we could just stop something like this, but at this point, the web is monopolized. You go to YouTube to watch a video, you go to Amazon to buy a new item, and eBay to buy a used one. You go to Twitter to
true.
doom scroll, and you go to Reddit to pretend you're a 34-year-old heart surgeon with an unlimited breadth of knowledge who can never be wrong. The web is a homogenized system, a monopolized net, and I just want to go back to playing Neopets, man, before they started making fucking NFTs.
They made NFT over Neopets? What the heck? What? Is that true? They turned Neopets to NFT? That's crazy. Holy. You're burning something? Yeah, even NFT feels old now. They even use is NFT still a thing? I also like searched some videos today. I want to watch this one. This one actually looked good. I watched a little bit.
Technology. It makes our lives easier so we can
It
focus
definitely
on
seems
the
like
good
NFT
things in life.
scam gateway.
Like recreationally using technology.
I mean, is NFT like being taken down nowadays? Do people like still sell them? When NFT came out, everything like people say, oh, this is like a big thing, like upcoming big trend. I mean, it was for I don't know a year, and then I feel like no people talking about NFT now. You just saw an NFT ad on Twitch just now? What? But I feel like nowadays when people see NFT, they will link it with scam instantly, no? Oh, you thought it's talking about Rift is that NFT is a scam? As it was his dad, but it's supposed to be as a token. I mean, I understand the technology behind it. I mean, the technology itself is not a scam, but people use it as a scam. No? And hello, Layla. Welcome.
Up until the past decade or so, technology was exciting. It was solving all these problems we face and making life more enjoyable.
This is like the
all while
iPod.
looking
Is it? This is not the. Is this the iPod Mini? Is this called an iPod Mini? The big one is the iPod Classic, right? And they have an even smaller version called iPod Shuffle. And it should be. I think people won't even know when it's used, right? I think people just don't know how to use it properly. This one looks so pretty though. Hi LB, thank you so much for the resubscribe. It looks so colorful back in the day. Everything is so colorful, you know. You get an iPod Mini, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 color. I'll definitely go for the pink one. It's so nice. Hello, Alice Red. What's up? We're looking at old tech. Old tech. People call it old tech now. iPod Mini, old, retro. Thank you so much for follow. Zero Shift. I want Arena color iPod Mini. I want one to. It was when Apple decided to take on music players. Yep, we got iPod.
sick as fuck. Somewhere in the 2010s, though, it started to create more problems than it solved. It was distracting drivers, causing addictions and mental illness, stealing jobs.
Your favorite color,
and it
red
just
and
stopped
blue.
looking
Yep.
Cool as fuck. We went from being hyped over every new advancement to just indifferent, if not a little resentful.
That's
and
true, though.
maybe scared. Today I'm going to go over how
You don't
fun
even
and
get, like,
exciting technology
a lot
used
of
to be,
exciting
how our perception of it
like
has shifted
technology,
to kind
like
of
tech
hate it,
gadgets
and why
nowadays.
this is all happening. Let me take you back to when technology was still fun. I'm not going to say this is the best era, but this is kind of right before people started to just fucking hate it. You had things coming out like the iPod.
And I lived
Holy
through
shit.
that.
I can listen to Beyonce, Hot Shell Ray, and pirate fighting sounds without the cumbersome tapes and CDs of the past. There were new computers dropping left and right. What do I want to buy? Maybe the computer with the big ass booty?
Oh, this is the old iMac.
I don't even know if I can handle all that ass. Maybe I should go with the laptop with the red hot nipple in the middle.
I mean, that still exists, right? This is not like retro. We still have this.
Quick
I
side
lamb.
note, a friend once told me
Is that how monitor used to look? Yep.
that their nipples get
Thank you so
darker
much for a
the
follow.
angrier they get.
Falcon.
I don't know if that's true or if that's even relevant here, but I can't be the only one carrying the burden
I
of
haven't
knowing.
seen one in years. Me
On
too.
second thought, this is
The red thing in the middle, it's like a mouse control pad. You know, you have this pad on your laptop. You can control your mouse, your cursor. You can just control your cursor with that red dot. They still have that on ThinkPad. If you work in most company, they have a ThinkPad computer for people to use. Like if they use Windows, they still have that. I think it's a mouse joystick. Yep.
kind of triggering. I think I'm just gonna go with the Dell. This is the 2000s, not Toontown. You still had safe options like the Dell. If you were interested in safe options, though, gaming was just not for you in the 2000s.
Yeah, the
Not
Lenovo
only was
ThinkPad
it
still have it.
really edgy for some reason, but every console was revolutionary. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
the new
true.
PlayStation and Xbox consoles have high resolution buff dudes and bodacious babes.
The resolution advancement back in the day, it's so crazy. Like every gen, you look at the graphic, it improves so much. It's like shockingly improvement. Like you jump from PS2 to PS3, you were like, oh my god, that's graphic, that's so crazy. And then PS4 from PS5 is like, it's okay. Like some advancement, but not that exciting anymore.
And if you're not into that, you can just whack off with the Wii. Like whack the tennis racket. Like console launches and even game launches were national events. I'm pretty sure businesses closed on the day Halo 3 came out. I mean, people camped out for this game. I don't think people even
Everything's
drove
made
to the
older
store
3D
for
game look like
Halo
stick
Infinite. You know
figures.
what?
True.
People camped out for literally everything.
Now we have what? Unreal Engine 5. where every game just looked like real life. You know, no style anymore. Just literally look like real life. They tend to make everything more and more and more realistic. But sometimes I also feel, I don't know. I don't know whether it's like a good thing or not, but everything looks so realistic. At the same time, I also feel a little bit of lonely. I wish like game have more unique style. I mean, there still are, you know, game which have like super unique art style. There still are games like that. But the big AAA games, they more, you know, tend to lean on a realistic style. So they just don't carry any specific aesthetic anymore. Hello, Yashilo! And hello, Rainly! Welcome back. Can lose their own art style if they look too realistic. Yep.
2000s. What was up with that? Huh. Captain Crunch is releasing an all berries variety? Someone get my camping tent. Probably the biggest camping event was for a phone, which is where we got hit the hardest in this downfall of technology.
That's
Buying
true.
a phone was like buying a car. You had to weigh the pros and cons of every model and really picture
That's so
what your life was going to
true.
be like with it. So this one has a built-in MP3 player, high-speed 3G service, and a sliding keyboard. And this one's blue.
This one blue, and that one is blue. You know, back in the day for phone, it's hard to get like further upgrade because software wasn't a big thing on phone back in the day. Like I said, like every function is literally engraved on the phone. You know, you look at the UI, you look at all those buttons. That's just the function of the phones are. It's not like you're gonna to get like 10 different version of upgrade in the coming future. And that's why when you buy a phone, you have to look at like all those function. Oh, do these have like an MP3 players? Oh, do these have a keypad? What function can this phone do? Because on the other phone, they might not carry the function. There's no app store back there. You know, everything is just installed on your phone. If it doesn't have that function, you just don't have that function. You used to own a Nokia 3310. I'm proud of you.
Let me just go with the blue one, please. You got different phones coming out with cool new features, unique shapes, varying
Okay.
shapes.
Anyone remember that?
with
Like
cool-
the
Let me just go
Walkman
with the blue one,
phone?
please. You got different phones coming out with cool new features.
This one, Sony Ericsson Walkman phone. I remember. I used to have my classmate used to have that. Looks so cool. Looks so cool. Core memory unlocked, right? The orange and the white color combination is like, it's a brand for Walkman phone. Cause you know the Walkman used to be just like a music player, but when they come up with phone, they develop like a line, like a phone line just for the Walkman, called like the Walkman series, and all the Walkman series phone has this orange and white combination, and it focused on its music player ability. It's a very cool thing. You kind of want that phone now. Sony Ericsson was the cool kid gang. I love Sony Ericsson phone back then. Before I switched it to iPhone, my mobiles are Sony Ericsson. It's either Nokia or Sony Ericsson back then, right? You look at your friend's phone. Oh, are you using Sony Ericsson? You're using the Walkman series? Okay, you're cool. You can still buy it. I mean, yeah, you can still find it. Thank you for the subscription, Raylio. Hi! Thank you. Motorola's still a phone brand. I think they still exist. Oh, did my thing just got cut off? Well, we will enter an ad break for now. And then we'll be back. I'm back. But we'll enter ad time for now. I'm back. I think my internet just pooped. Hello, ear twitches. I don't know, I think my OBS got disconnected for a little while. But we are back. So, it's good. A little scuff, a little bump. But now we're entering ad break, so we'll just here chill a little bit. Then we'll go back and finish our videos. It was fun though, having retro talk. No. For some of you, it's a learning experience. For me, it's like a core memories unlocked moment. Like Y, right? It's nice. It's cool. I'm happy that I witnessed all those technology advancement, you know, in person. Saw your trip, wanna cry? Aw, it's a history lesson for me. It's not that old. It's not that retro. Feels funny growing up alongside a growing internet. I feel like if you're growing up in the 90s or 2000, I feel like it's pretty lucky because we experienced the technology boom at that time. I feel like after that, I mean, there is a great technology advancement, but you can't feel that. It's not that shocking anymore because nowadays most of the technology advancement is on the software side. For the hardware, that's just not much improvement you can do anymore. Like phones, we just have a screen. That's it. Maybe the numbers of the lens behind the phone is different, you know, maybe the design is a tiny little bit different. But the front of it is just a screen. There's nothing more you can do on a phone. But in the past, things are more different. You have different design, you know, different colors, different shape. There are some really weird shape phone back in the day too. But nowadays we don't have that anymore. Maybe the Samsung flip phone. They try to bring back flip phone, so they make both sides all screen, and now you can still enjoy using a flip phone while enjoy, you know, using a modern phone. Samsung foldable phone, yep. But they take away the keypad and give you like two big screen instead. Things just got monopolized, more corporate and profits focused, yep. I mean, it's cheaper that way, right? Because in the past, everything, the designs are different, which means you have to invest on, you know, producing different parts for different design. But nowadays, since everything looks so similar, you can also produce them with like a lower cost, because you don't need unique parts anymore. Well, every phone basically just look the same. The hardware improvement is actually shocking, but the impact is smaller. Yep. smartphone may not be at the end of the development though, I do believe there will still be like big development in the future. Maybe there will also be like a, how can I say, like a big jump in development, but I don't know when. I think it is a little bit hard to break through into the next era compared to what we had in like 2000. Digital drawing back in the day? We don't. You know how people big cartoons back in the day? They draw it on paper. A digital drawing? Nope. You draw it on paper. You draw every frame. You draw every frame on a paper. And then your art start to move. You miss removable batteries? Yeah, that thing doesn't exist anymore. I mean, it still exists on some gadgets, but it becomes like a special function, like a niche now, when your gadgets can have removable batteries. It's very rare. It will be strange to think back to this year when we had this talk and then everyone may not even have smartphones anymore, but something entirely different. I hope so. I want to witness another technology jump, you know, because I already witnessed one. The before iPhone era and after the iPhone era. I'm looking forward to the next advancement, but I don't know. I feel like nowadays technology more focused on AI and stuff like that. Not so sure about the hardware stuff. Maybe we have holographic? Is it? You know? Maybe we don't stare on a phone screen anymore. Maybe things just pop up. I don't know. Maybe you use eyewear glasses? You don't need a smartphone anymore? We have to survive plastic first. Hopefully, we can make it to the next era, you know? Before the world explode. Before the earth explode. We don't know. We never know, right? Yeah. Okay, let's get back to it to finish the video. Hello, Elusive. I miss this Walkman phone, not gonna lie.
Unique shapes, varying sizes, and keyboards that deployed in ways you...
Look at that! What is this phone? What even is this brand? This keypad is crazy. Oh my god, what is this? I don't think I've seen it before. I already know how to ride a horse when eventually we ran out of oil. That's good though. Brain computer interface is coming, actually, it's just a question of safety. There's also privacy concern for nowadays tech, right? Everything is like linked to the cloud, they got all your personal information. Imagine like they have brain computer in the future. They even know what you're thinking. Cause you know, our phones listen to our conversation every day, right? Like, if you mention coffee, then you probably will got coffee ads tomorrow. Sells you coffee. But imagine you don't even have that. Something pop up in your mind, and then 5 seconds later they just give you an ad for that? That's crazy. I don't want that. Hello, new poet. Avatar look more cute and colorful on TV, to be honest. Yippee! This is a Nokia. This is not a Nokia. Is it? If you have Facebook or Instagram installed, yes, that happened. Yep. There's no privacy now.
You never even could have imagined. There was genuinely something for everyone. Nokia, Razr, Sidekick, Pearphone, BlackBerry.
Pearphone? Oh, that's a BlackBerry?
There was genuinely something for everyone. Nokia.
This is so cool. I don't have this before. This, like, you can turn the number pad to, what is this? Is this like a camera control? Like a play button? Is that phone? Is that phone? BlackBerry was the rich man's phone. Like when I see BlackBerry, like when I see someone using BlackBerry, like my imagination would be like, oh, they probably are some rich businessman. You know, people use BlackBerry, probably like CEO or some chief executive in some big companies. Those people that use BlackBerry because they have to, send emails, have to check the messages all the time, and that's why they need the keypad to do it. Hello, Joja. How are you?
Yo, Razrs.
Razors? Razors? What does he mean for razors? Like you have
Imagine
razors in your
there
phone?
was genuinely something for everyone. Nokia, Razr.
Don't tell me it is actually a razors. I'll be scared. Oh, okay. Okay, it's a Motorola product line. Okay. Motorola is famous for the flip phone, right? I mean, I feel like Motorola phone sounds really solid to me. My dad used to have one. It's just really thin, like a razor. Oh, I see. I still learn things from y'all.
Razr, Sidekick,
Sidekick. Sidekick.
Pearphone,
Pearphone.
BlackBerry, and the iPhone were so novel and, more importantly, so diverse. They were
That's
worth
true,
camping
though.
out for.
First gen razor,
Kind of,
very
not
nice.
really. Today you just buy them online or go to the Apple store.
So
Nowadays
true.
you walk into an AT&T store trying to buy a phone looking like this. They're just like, what the fuck? You look good for 65. How can I help you? Sir? This
65?
concept of
It's
having
not that
something
old,
for
right?
everyone extended to the internet as well. Hey, check it out. We don't need cable when we could just watch homoerotic content on this YouTube thing.
The Smosh.
Finally, another
I still
outlet for me to
remember that.
show off my shit music taste.
MySpace.
Wow, I really
Have you guys ever heard of Sanga? It was a big thing in Hong Kong back in the day, where like every student, they have a blog. Oh my god, blog. This sounds old already. BLOG. Your personal blog is like your personal journal, but you put it online. Back in the day, before Facebook even existed, before people exposing, doxing themselves on social media, people have their own personal blog to write down what happened every day. You used to have my own blog page, right? Over here we have Live Journal, MySpace. We use Blogspot, anyone. I used Blogspot before, but in Hong Kong we have something called Sanga. I don't even know who made that website, but every kid here on the Sanga site, it's basically the diary, and people share. WordPress is like new. It's like very new. Sanga's was very old. It's like Blogspot or LiveJournal, but it's just a blog page, and people put so much time to decorate their own blog. And kid, they just write basically what happened at school, and people will check each other's Sanga to get the gossip, like, oh, there's like tea, there's just tea every day, or little kid like sharing, junior high student sharing what's happened on there. But it's not that instant though compared to social medias nowadays. You still have to sit in front of your computer, you update your blog, talk about what happened. Yeah. The good old time before social medias exist.
I wish I could see my favorite celebrities share shitty one-liners and or racist hot takes. Awesome! I hope this doesn't turn into a schizo battlefield of who could be the most offensive or offended. You're
Nowadays
telling me
people.
I could sign up to see what my old high school buddies are up to, or if I'm only 9 years old, I could sign
Back
up
when people
to
could
just
read.
play games.
Yeah. Because now all the things on social medias are in short form. Like on Twitter, you have limited, like you have character limits for your message unless you pay for it. That's crazy, right? You have to pay for it to write more. But back in the day, when people actually can read, you have a blog post, and people actually know how to write a proper, structured paragraph to conclude what happened in your day. Nowadays, everything you have to limit it to, I don't know, 2 lines? 2 sentences? That's it. Going from unlimited to limited is a huge step back. Book are cheaper. Where are you buying expensive books? Writing less was a feature before. Yeah. That's true though. Because like when they released Twitter, it's actually the function. They're like, you limited the word you can use. So your message can be more straight to the point. Like easier and more accessible to use? I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad though. It's just like when TikTok exists, like now we have all these short form videos. The only thing I notice is that it really affects people's attention span nowadays. People can't even sit there and watch like a 10-minute videos. They start to feel bored, but they just can't focus.
I love Facebook. I hope this doesn't turn.
I bought a 114 pages book and it cost me $80. Books are expensive nowadays. I have to confess, I changed to ebooks now. I still embrace like traditional books, but I don't have enough space to store all of them, so I have to start buying ebooks.
Into a geriatric battlefield, arguing whether or not this video of Michael Jackson as Superman is real. There were always new websites cropping up, so all furries had to do was wait just one more second, and there you go. There's a new website for you guys. Don't do anything weird on there. Although it was kind of annoying, there was something fun about all websites looking different and getting redesigns every
old
few
websites
years. A few years ago, I got this book from a used bookstore, and it just has a bunch of old
Damn,
Flash websites.
Look at the websites back in the day. They're so unique.
It is genuinely sad what happened to the design of websites. I used to regularly browse the Pokemon website as a kid, and you know when a new redesign dropped, my little ass was popping champagne. Or I guess it was just apple cider. At the time, it seemed like technology was always advancing and getting better. You can see how positively we thought about it with the obsessive use of Frutiger Arrow. This is officially a YouTube video because I said the word Frutiger Arrow. Technology looked futuristic yet clean, and we thought it was going to integrate with our natural world, and butterflies were going to be flying through bubbles and neon green pastures. So yeah, it didn't really integrate with our natural world. It kind of did the opposite, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Actually, I already got ahead of myself, and it just arrived today. All right, going back to where I was, people were excited for what was to come. They had time to breathe between new
Those
innovation.
robot dog. Anyone play with this before? The robots pet era. And people love to keep robots dog, robots cat. I mean, they sold it as a toy, right? That was so cool. Like you can interact with it. Everything's cyber back in the day. Cyber dog. Y2Kcore? Do you remember what is CJ7? What is that? What's that? I'm lost. Oh, CG7, the movie. 장관 찻호. I remembered. Did Sony made one? The Cyberdoll? I don't know.
And enjoy the new product they just bought. New products also warranted being released. They would usually serve a purpose, you know, fix a problem like tech
Test
products are supposed
Robo-Dog.
to do. If a new iteration of a product came out, it was different enough to justify buying it. Like, yeah, the GameCube could really use a controller that you could whack off. Now, compare all these generalizations to today. None of them are true anymore. Now, before we dive in, I don't mean for this to just be an old good, new bad, because looking at modern technology, that's just not the case. We have incredible technology
That's
today.
true.
This is more about how our perception of it has changed and how technology is advancing in a less than desirable direction. Also, this is not just a boomer thing or just a zoomer thing. Most people across all ages are starting to admit, yeah, we got a bit of a problem here. For example, think of how people reacted to
Aibo,
when
the
something
robot dog?
as
I don't
simple
remember
as
the name of
FaceTime
the robot
released.
dog.
I could pick up my phone at any time from anywhere and video call whoever I wanted, and it didn't look like 2 pixels. It was genuinely mind-blowing. You know
That's
what?
true.
My friend had buffalo wings from Chuck E. Cheese the other day, so I'm
Aibo.
gonna give him a quick call and see how he's doing. Hey,
I know
buddy,
why
how's
they
your
call it eyeball. Because eyeball in Japanese is like partner. It means partner. And that's why I call it eyeball.
stool?
You've got to
I
help
mean, if you play Monster Hunter, you know the meaning for eyeball.
me, man. There's so much blood.
All right. Now compare that reaction to when I say these 2 letters, AI, or these 3 letters, NFT, or these 4 letters, SPUM. This shit is in the news every week, and we're tired of hearing about it. AI is more concerning because at least with NFTs, it was just kind of like an idiot pastime. You didn't have to worry about it affecting your everyday life, and it just kind of
That's true.
died out on its own after a few months. Who knew that a poorly animated eyesore of an ugly-ass, shitty-ass
Robot
cartoon
a brick with
wasn't
skill
gonna
for
save
legs,
these
but it is
things?
functional at
Could
least.
you have predicted that? Can we call in That's So Raven and ask if she could have predicted that this ugly ass shitty cartoon was not going to save the world of scamming that is NFTs? AI and automation advancements are not as fun as advancements in keyboard deployment technology or video game graphics. Like, we kind of have to be concerned with the outcome of the former. And this is kind of how we feel about everything in tech now. Hesitant and exhausted. Everything was becoming more convenient and solving all these little annoyances of everyday life, but now we've regressed. You try to order food or even just look at the menu of a restaurant before you go, and it wants you to sign up, or it's gonna throw you into the app store to
Download an
their
app.
You want to take the train?
You know, like you get to a store and they're like, download our app and, join the membership and get you a 10% discount every single time. Do you want to scan this QR code and download our app? I got so annoyed by that sometimes. I was like, nah, it's fine. And even sometimes I have an app. When I'm at the cashier, I just don't want to pull out my phone and open that app to store the point, You buy something, they ask you to use your app to save the points. Sometimes I'm just too tired. I'm in a rush. I don't even bother pulling out my phone. It's like, whatever, I don't have an app. But if you say that, to ask, oh, so do you want to install the app? I was like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'd rather use membership card, right? I prefer just have an actual card. I just pull it out from my purse and I just give them. Like, why I have to use my phone again? And go to the app. And sometimes the app required me to log in. I mean, most of the time, once I logged in, it stay logged in. But sometimes just kick me out. And what am I supposed to do? I'm gonna log in again? Ugh. I wish I could use cap locks in real life when that happened, right? Too many apps to install this day, right? You go to this supermarket, you have to install supermarket A app, supermarket B app, supermarket C app, and even I tell the cashier, I don't have an app. Just ask you to install it. It's like, no, thanks. I don't need to. They'd be like, but you can get like a discount. It's like, that's fine. It's so annoying.
Download an app. You want to take the bus in the same city? You got to download a different app. You want to check into the emergency room because you have the sword of a Sengoku period ninja in your chest?
Sir, can you scan the QR code to check in through the app?
I don't have the app. I just have a sword in my chest. Can I do like a paper form or something?
Sir, can you scan the other QR code to download the app?
Then you got social media, which is just like f***ing horrible now. Look at these statistics. And these ones too. Okay, what about these ones? I think I'm putting up bad statistics, I hope. What started off as a fun way to connect has turned into...
Do you still use Octopus card, physical card? Oh. Octopus card is a transport card we use in Hong Kong, which basically you can charge this card and then you can go everywhere, pay for it. Not just only transport, but you can also use it in store, restaurant. Yeah, I still use Octopus card, but I have a digital Octopus card now because I have it on my Apple Watch. So it's more convenient. You know, when I go on a bus, I don't have to find my Octopus cards in my bag. I just beep my Apple Watch and then I can keep going. Yeah. I still have my physical card though, but I mainly use the one on my watch now. Hello, Rendered. Thank you for the half pet water and post to check and stretch. Okay, let me drink water. That reminds me, I wanted to log into my email on phone years ago. Suddenly it said, yo, download our app. After a few years, it said, your OS is too old for our app. Like, it's just an email app. Like, what do they want? They have to keep upgrade them. It's more convenient using wearables. For me, yes. Yeah. Because sometimes when I'm working or need to go outside, I'm in a rush. It's just not very convenient that every time I have to, you know, search my purse, search my bag to get the card out. Sometimes my hands are holding other stuff. It's way easy to do it with wearables for me. Yeah. That's why today's phones are offered with as much storage as my laptop 10 years ago. Install all the apps. I don't even know how many apps are on my phone, to be honest. Personally prefer having cards attached to my ID looped around my belt. Right? I think for men, maybe it's like easier. You have like pockets and stuff. For women, it's a little bit harder because if you wear like a skirt or dress, sometimes you don't have pockets. You always have to bring a bag with you. If your bag is big and have a lot of stuff in it, it might be a problem when you have to search for one single card. We will look at the fashion later.
I don't even know what to describe this as. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what's going on with Instagram captions. Like, it's sassy, but you're also in the third person because you're the main character and slaying. And it's not just a girly thing. I'm not gonna just dog on the
Skincare is
girls
like
out
much
there. Us guys do
simpler
this shit too.
back
We
in the
got
day, I
default
think.
captions and poses too. You gotta work the boys into every caption and then throw up a 4 when you're posing with said boys. Hey, getting my colonoscopy with the boys.
Is that
Picking
true?
Up floss from the store.
The
My
boys thing.
Just went fishing, and then drunk drove and hit a family of 4 with the boys.
What the
Then you
heck?
got Snapchat, which I just had to delete because what the fuck am I gonna do with Snapchat?
I never used
when you're no longer in
Snapchat.
high school and taking pictures of random people in class and drawing a wiener over them,
What
there's
the
really
heck?
no point to this app. Plus, the Discovery tab is concerning. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to keep ranting about social media, so
I
I'm
don't
just
know
gonna
about.
leave off with these
I know
last
nothing
two things.
about
First of all,
Snapchat.
Everything has a TikTok feature.
That's
Instagram has
true.
one. Snapchat has one. YouTube has one. The f***ing Guitar Tabs app has one. I'm trying to learn Love Bug by the Jonas Brothers. Why do I need to see a 12-year-old ripping their vocal cords to sing Alicia Keys? Second, if you're tired of all these apps becoming so f***ing bloated that you don't even remember what they're...
I mean, they all... The function on this different app, like we used to have this many different apps. Each apps does different thing. Like they actually have the unique function. Like, oh, you want to watch a video, you go on YouTube, right? I want to connect to people, you go on Facebook. You want to watch people uploading photos, you go on Instagram. But now, like all this website, they share like similar function. You got Instagram Reels, which is basically like TikTok, and you got YouTube Short, basically like TikTok. Facebook, you have Facebook Stories, it's basically TikTok again. And you go Twitter nowadays, they also can upload like videos and such. Like everything just like at the same. Even on Twitch, you have Twitch Stories, which basically Instagram Reels. Like, what's happened? Post my photos the old-fashioned way. I print them and hang them on the community boards nearby. Really? That's cool. It's so sad to see YouTube Shorts impacts too. Videos creators have to shorten their usual videos or make less to get on the short trend because those give reach. Yep. Vine was good. Poor Twitter. Yep.
Original purpose was, you can download all these BS real social media apps that all your friends are just going to stop using after 3 days. Like, I'm pretty sure I still have a friend actively posting to Be Real, just into the void.
What is
I
Be
haven't been
Real?
fucking with Locket though. That one's kind of cool. It puts pictures of my friends on my home screen. Social media lost the plot so long ago. They don't each have their niche anymore. They want to incorporate features from all the other apps so they could be the catch-all
And they
app.
become all
but they
the
just end
same.
up being bland. Like, why would I choose Instagram over Snapchat or Google Plus, the best
Google
social
Plus
media
just
platform
died.
that exists? And this is the big killer here, the homogenization of everything. I already mentioned every app having a TikTok feature, but we also have a story feature on every app. Why? And staying on the topic of homogenization, let's go back to phones. I'm just gonna show you phones from like 20 years ago, and then phones from today. Dude, that sucks. These are all just iPhones. It's the same with cars,
True.
tablets, and laptops, where everyone wants to copy the style of Tesla and Apple respectively. Not only has tech gotten so homogenized, but it's gotten very invasive too. And I don't mean in like a toddler coughing in your face kind of way. I mean in a rash kind of way, where it's always there reminding you, hey, I'm here.
Same with
You wanna
cars.
play with
Everything
me?
just looked the same.
That's what a rash sounds like. It sounds like Ash Ketchum.
Whoa, Pikachu! Click my link tree in the bio to check out my SoundCloud.
I don't know if I should keep these impressions in the videos. I don't know why I never choose to cut them
Because
out.
then you
We
use the
reached
app
a point
longer.
where
Oh, that
technology
makes
was
sense.
seamless and solved real problems.
But still, even
And
as a
past it,
content
we're now
creator myself, I feel like tired with all these apps with similar function. Cause like, okay, I stream on Twitch, right? And then I have a YouTube channel. I do YouTube Shorts sometimes. And also I do multi-streaming on both like Twitch and YouTube. And then recently I'm also thinking, oh, and I also do X, like Twitter, right? But recently I was also thinking, should I upload my short on Instagram? You know? The Instagram Reels? Should I do that too? But I also can't bother because that's just so much work. I know it's just, for me, it's just upload the same thing. I can upload my YouTube short straight to the Instagram, but I still have to twitch some, you know, like the description and the SEO on it. It's just a lot to do. Just have AI do it. Yeah, but you still have to spend some time on it. Cars looking the same is due to industry collusion. Mazda basically designed a small car in the US and every car looks like a Focus, Mazda 3, a Cavalier. Hmm. Damn. I guess that becomes of the globalization too. Most of the stuff they just made in, you know, the same factories now. Different brand, but basically the same factories. In order to control the cost, you know, for them to earn more money. So things are getting less and less unique nowadays. Like, yeah, you may have 10 brands, but actually they are made in those few factories. They share some same parts, same stuff.
Technology is inconvenient. You used to get in your car and you had your music, AC, and all your little car features
The
easily
autos
accessible
button back
because
in the
you're
day.
hurling a 1,000-pound vehicle at 65 miles an hour. You got to be able to access these everyday things quickly and easily. Then we passed that point. Now everything is behind 3 menus on a touchscreen that you have to look at and pray that you don't hit 2 kids and a dog while using. Home phones
That's
let you call your
true.
friends and plan ahead or catch up. You can
Like
leave a
nowadays, the
message if they're not home.
car, you only have like a big screen now. Basically, you have an iPad on your car that controls everything. And you have to click through the menu to access everything. Or use your phone. It's so annoying sometimes.
Home, and it wasn't the end of the world if they didn't answer for a little while. Cell phones helped bridge that lost connection when you're out on the town and you can't find each other, or you're just not home, or there's an emergency, you saw a ninja slinking around your house. Now we're way past that point of feeling a genuine need. There is no reason I should be able to receive work emails when I'm going out after 5 p.m. And there's no reason I should be able to post a picture of the sunset with the caption, "Golden hour with my golden girlies." There is no reason for any of this. It's just noise. And you can just say, oh, just quit your phone, but people freak the f out if you don't respond for a few hours. It's out of the norm now. You can't just
That's
ditch
true,
technology,
though.
especially with the way it's so integrated with our everyday
Like
life.
sometimes I actually stay out of the internet. I just want to use my own time. But then, you know, when I go back and check my phone, if you don't reply to other people's message, you know, people will speculate like, what are you doing? Are you okay? Or some people are worried about you. So it's crazy. You're gonna go sleep, have a lovely day and have fun, Arena. Okay, have a good rest, Nami. I hope you enjoyed today's stream though. I hope you learned something. I hope you find the Y2K era interesting to you.
Lives. Some people can't get around their city or do their job without having a smartphone. Technology used to be exciting and helpful. It solved problems
Sleep
we all
well
faced in our
and
everyday
sweet
lives.
dreams.
But with the way it's so homogenized now, it's starting to create more problems than it's solving. There's no more of that
Hi,
something
Fernando.
for everyone. Everything's got to be one size fits all now. Every phone is an iPhone. Every car is a crossover SUV. Every console is basically the same.
Personally, your
Nintendo,
era
they're
is
just
very
the same as themselves.
boring. You gotta explain to me next time how your era is less boring. Nowadays, everything looks the same.
And I don't want to hear anyone saying, hey, bro, I think you're just depressed. That's why nothing's exciting anymore. Yeah, I'm depressed. My big-ass thumbs can't type on this stupid touchscreen keyboard, and there are no phones with physical keyboards anymore. I'm depressed. I can't flex on my friends with a sick new phone. What am I going to pull up with the iPhone 16 and be like, hey, bro, hey, this phone is like all your phones, but I can
That's
combine
true.
emojis. I'm not going to say technology peaked.
Hello,
and we
Lucifer.
should just stop making new technology because I don't think that's true. But we passed.
Everything is the same, but it's optimized. I can do everything with just my S25 Ultra. I mean, that's true though. We got multifunctional. Things nowadays are more multifunctional. Smartphone. But a lack of personality. Lack of style, I would
To
say.
the point where it was all
Aesthetic.
so exciting because it was genuinely useful and looked so fucking sick. It would be cool if it was possible to just ditch your phone and get a dumb phone, but I like having Spotify and Venmo and the Chipotle app so I can get a free bowl once every 7 years. All I really want is a cool looking phone with a physical keyboard, but until then, I'll just keep buying these cheap ass Google Pixels whenever my current one breaks. I really
I mean, that's a good video though. Okay, let me switch back. Like you need a whole box just to listen to songs that you can't even easily skip during walks? That's just insane. And why do you have to skip a song if all those songs on that little box are your favorite songs, right? You skip songs because Spotify gives you songs that you don't want to listen. But when you are the one who designed that song list, you don't have to skip the song. Because you like every song on there. I think that is the difference. It's very personal. You skip songs because I put every songs I like in one playlist. I mean, yeah, technology makes things easier. Yeah, because you have 380 songs, and that's why you gotta skip. But on that cassette tape, you probably just have 60 minutes for you to... For your songs. So it's not that much songs, to be honest. Like every song's there, but listen to a hype songs after glimpse of us is just not it. And that's why in the old time, tapes were a little longer than that. I think so. It's like one side of 60 minutes. And that's why in the past, you know, you make different song lists for that. You make different tape out of that. You can have a happy song list, like a happy mixtape, a sad mixtape. You know? And you put that tape in a player based on your vibe. I still have a downloaded music folder right there on my PC. So much work's too lazy for a multiple playlist. I mean, I feel like nowadays, because things are moving so fast, so much information, we are always living in a rush. But in the past, just like less things that we have to worry, people have more times to focusing what they really like. You know? Like music lovers, I can spend like hours just to build my playlist on my MP3 players. I won't say like the old technology is better, because it's not. Of course, the technology advancement, the new technology, they're better. But it's still enjoyable when you actually focus and put your times into doing something. But I feel like nowadays people focus more on multitasking now. Like you watch your YouTube videos while listening to something else, while playing games, while texting your friends, while watching Instagram Reels. You know, people are doing like 5-6 things at the same time nowadays. But in the past, we don't do that. We don't have that much things at the same time. Most of the time, you do like one thing at a time. Maybe two, you know. You can like do your homework and listening to your Walkman. That's it. When we'll have entire Arina Hoshimi cover albums to fill our playlist with? It takes time. While watching sheep stream. While counting sheep. I usually watch videos on 2x speed because I have so many to watch and I can still understand perfectly. I don't do 2x speed playing. Yeah. I'm very old school when it comes to this kind of thing, and I'm very focused when I do something. Like when I watch movies, even on my computer when I watch a show, I focus on it. I don't like doing multiple things at the same time. Does no one watch like 2-hour YouTube essay here? I like watching long YouTube videos actually. I'm not really like a short form person. I like lengthy YouTube videos too. Yeah, but it is not that common nowadays. People just can't sit there 2 hours to focus on something, I feel like. You're a hypocrite, Arina? Why? Because I made YouTube shorts? I made it doesn't mean that I'm a fan of it. If a video is short, I don't watch it. I know it won't give enough information. Yeah, I don't like watching short, but it doesn't matter. I still made it. Made it because I want my contents to grow, and you have to admit nowadays, short form videos give more reach than the long one. I'm not being a hypocrite, because when you are making content, the consideration is different than you consume your content. I don't watch that much YouTube shorts, to be honest, but I make it. And you can see the numbers, you know, behind that. The reach for shorts is way better than doing live or long-term videos or long videos. You are what I consume. I don't. I think it's a different strategy. I mean, there are some shorts, YouTube short channel that I like. I'd say there's still some good content on shorts, but personally, I prefer long videos. And you just have to spend so much time and editing and effort in making like long videos, and you don't even know whether it will get like a good reach or not. Yeah, everyone prefer different, but the statistic, you know, it doesn't lie. And YouTube pushed like short video content to more people compared to the long form. Short content isn't fun to watch, but you still watch mine. You consume alpaca. I just have many channels follow a bit on Twitch or YouTube, and I want to keep up with the uploads and streams. So some things I watch on higher speed, some things I just skip through to get the gist of it. Yeah, I understand. You're an exception. Thank you. Right? I do short contents because I want to reach out to more people. I mean, currently my YouTube channel, more than like 60% of my new viewers, maybe like 70, are from shorts. Yeah. Especially with things like history, astronomy, politics, many things just need longer content, probably to explain stuff, but you can't do it in short. Right. That's correct. I like documentary, and that's why I prefer long videos. I don't mind like sitting there, listen to a lecture for 2 hours. I don't mind it. I miss when YouTuber has souls. Nowadays, it's more like people are doing business on, you know, platform like YouTube, even Twitch, even for streamer. And that's why when you're making content, you have to calculate, you know, the effort you put in it and the outcome. And the outcome is not just about making money, it's about whether the contents that you make can properly reach the people you want to reach. But sadly, the algorithm nowadays is just short, just do better. Yeah. And also friends that I know, like in the 20s, most of them, they prefer short content. They have really short attention span. You know, you think like TikTok or YouTube shorts are short because they are like below 1 minute? My friend swipe videos in 5 seconds. The first 5 seconds, if the videos is not interested to her, she swipe. You know, people have really short attention span. I actually made fun of her. I was like, you're spending more time swiping videos than actually watch one. And that's true though. Does anyone actually spend 1 hour plus actually watching podcasts? I listen to them sometimes. Watch them sometimes too, it based on the content. I put effort into streams and the outcome is some money, but most of the outcome is invaluable. Thank you. Honestly, I generally don't think I'm extraordinarily smart. I just have a long attention span. I have a long attention span too. You know, I think I just like learning. I don't like taking exam, but I like learning new stuff. And I'm very focused. You know, I remember when I was in college, everyone loved to sit at the back of the lecture hall because they want to sleep. Because people just can't focus when a lecturer, you know, give us a class. But I never fall asleep in any of my class. I just love people listening to people teaching me new stuff. I love new ideas. I like people expressing their opinions. When I listen to them, I think, you know, like I don't just listen. I process what they're trying to say and reorganize it in my brain, and I come up with my own opinion and questions. And that's why I never feel tired when I listen to someone talking. You know. But maybe that's just me. I think everyone does that. I don't think so. I don't think so. Also, hello, Rico. You'll be surprised. Nope. Some people just don't care. Some people will be like, I don't care about that. It doesn't affect me, so I don't care. There are people who don't read news or they don't want to know what's really happened outside because to them it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect them. As long as it doesn't affect them. I mean, actually, those things affect them in some ways, but it doesn't affect them instantly, and that's why they don't care. They're just not caring. Yeah, you can't imagine being that way, not caring. But there are a lot of people like that. You have to admit, there are a lot of people like that. We know what's the delinquent? What does that even mean? It's sad though. I'm not delinquent. I know what you're talking about. I hate people who read the news title and make a conclusion from the title alone. A news writer write those kind of title. Yep. Clickbait. It's very common. Because internet. You know? Because that's how you make money nowadays. You need clicks. And that's why people have to come up with crazy titles. They just want you to click into it. You need engagement. You need impression. Fact, it doesn't matter anymore. That's so sad. Many people have no clue about news, about history, about astronomy, about anything they think is dry or what they would have to put a little thought to comprehend. Yep, when you start like talking about concepts, people start being like bored. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about, or that is too complicated. I don't want to know. Or does that even matter? Does that affect me? No, I'm not interested. Nowadays, people look for content relatable. That's why when you're a content creator, you have to make everything like relatable. That's just only what they care now. I mean, of course, there are also like people like you guys who care more, but it's not that many. I don't think kids can handle a 30 minutes lecture. I don't know, ask Gua. Can kids like focus? How long is their attention span nowadays? Do you feel like the attention span is getting shorter and shorter? 10 seconds. No! Hello, Scottish cucumber. That's sad. That's why some people are bound to make mistakes that for others would be an obvious result. That's why people make dumb thing. And that's why people follow those stupid TikTok trend. I don't even know why people do that, you know? It's so weird. To get people interested in history, you have to insert them into the history so they can imagine it. But most of the time, they wouldn't care about what was important than if it happened now. Like wars in Africa, that's true. But like nowadays, if you want people to learn something, you have to create this immersive experience, you know? It's like, people keep talking about that, right? Like, oh, this is like an immersive experience for people to experience something. Otherwise, people don't care. They need like visual stimulation, they need audio stimulation. People just can't sit there, just read. Just words, you can't get them interested into something. You can't get them like hooked into something. They want to answer but don't want to work for it. You hate TikTok? I don't like TikTok too. Evolution of human beings ending up just losing breakthrough rods. That's so sad. You hate history lessons because they just tell the part where the countries looks great instead of the full story. That's when you have to look at other countries' history. Then you will know. When you study history, you don't just study like history in one country or the narrative from a single country, but you have to study it in a region, you know. I'm pretty sure like different country, when they address about like the same incident, they probably have different narrative. The reason you have to do that is because they don't know how to do it themselves. It's sad sometimes. Using TikTok rots your brain. I can't even use TikTok, so I don't have the chance to experience it. It's not available in my area anyway. So that's just it. The closest I can get is YouTube Short. I don't know what's the differences between that, between TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Yeah. Or Instagram Reels. For me, they're pretty close. But I guess there's some culture difference. I mean, I still think there are some interesting creative TikTok clip on the platform. I'm not trying to belittle creators who create like short form videos, because I'm also one of them. There are some good short form videos that I consume also, but if you ask me about this trend, I'm not so sure about it. I'm not so sure about how it's gonna affect our young generation. If you have a total war game set in medieval times, a modification that's set in Europe, Middle East, you may ask yourself what were the differences they had, why did those people migrate there, and why did they leave their other place? The whole background and the culture surrounding it. Like history is like a very big studies. It's not just about what happened, but a lot of things surrounding that. You can learn history through a lot of different kind of thing, not just what's written in a book. You can learn history through language, through culture, through, you know, architectures. There's just a lot of stuff to tell you about what actually happened. I'm kinda glad I've grown up with Japanese culture, because some people irritates me with how last minute they are when doing jobs, because instead of doing the job they rely on AI and procrastinate the whole day. AI is useful in some case, but most people are just too dumb to use AI. Good evening, Hano-san. And they are so not punctual with the time. Like when you say you should get here at 8 p.m, you need to be there minimum like 7:50. People don't do that nowadays, right? Like in Japan, it's a courtesy that you have to arrive the place not too early, but also not at the exact time. Ah. Getting close, getting close. Wiggle wiggle. But I don't think it's like a generation thing. I feel like every generation there are people who like respects time, and there are people that don't. Soon just a nose? What do you mean just a nose? I have a beautiful nose. See that? Something of the past will be relevant in the future too is what many people don't seem to get. Studying like history is important. It's sad that many people find it boring. I like history as long as I don't need to take an exam. I like listening to what happened in the past. You know, but just don't give me an exam or a quiz on it. Then I'll be fine. I personally refrain from any games or get too into entertainment because I'm afraid I will lose enjoyment on daily stuff I do. Hence why I don't play much game anymore or even watch shows. But Uma Musume. But Horse Girl, right? Aren't you into that? History is great until you have to remember which year something happened, right? I'm so bad. I'm so bad with numbers, you know. I like history story. Like, people explain to me that what actually happened. But then if you want me to tell you, oh, this war, it happened in this year, you know. This incident happened in this year. I don't remember. That's why I don't like history quiz. It always asks me in which year these things happen. It's not just numbers, and I don't like numbers. And that's why I don't like history when I was in school. Yeah. But now I'm fine with like watching a 2 hours documentaries on some, you know, on history. I like that. Just don't ask me, you know, in which year anything happened. It is just so sad now. Some teacher treat history too. They just have no fun in their field. They just make people learn stuff by heart and that's it. Yep. It gets interesting when you put people in that position and see what things they would come up with. You mean like trying to imagine if another person is in that position, what they're going to react in that incident? I genuinely hate tests. I don't think there are people who love tests. I just like learning. I don't like to get tested or examined. Like other shows, Uma Musume never promised me any grand storytelling. I watch it to watch horse racing, and that's what I get while watching. I'm glad you enjoying it. Hello, Kao! Someone say Uma Musume? Me, I said Uma Musume. I don't even play this game. Like instead of making it a gacha, where we have to guess which topic will be in the exam, can they ask the whole topic? That's true. I agree with you. Pretty much, yeah. In games, you're put in a different position. I guess that's a fun thing when it comes to history. But yeah, I just don't like stuff related to numbers. I'm just not a numbers person. I guess that's just me. I guess that's just me. Not a fan of it. And plus, unlike other games, Uma Musume isn't addicting. Oh, really? I saw people get pretty addicted when it comes to Uma Musume. I had friends tell me they play Uma Musume like the whole weekend and they couldn't stop. And I was like, that's crazy. Okay, I am glad I couldn't play it now. You're not a big numbers person, that's why you have the lowest number for me? You're my number one. Okay. Okay. Good riz. Horoshimi. Horoshimi? You're just desensitized to game addiction. That's good though. It's never a good idea to get obsessed with anything. You no longer get enjoyment from gaming. Oh no. I still have it. I still enjoy gaming. Yeah. Still love it. But am I that passionate? I don't know about that. Hello, I can see everything. Your tongue feels uncomfortable. I don't know why it just looked like that for me. Really? It's fine for me though. My tongue is alright. Look at this. Blech. Goat Ship got me clenching my teeth, thinking she wouldn't make a comeback. I don't know about anything of Uma Musume, even if you mention about that. I don't understand. Well. You're lame. What do you mean I'm lame? I can't play the game. What can I do about it? I can't do anything about it. Make my smell, make myself smaller. My grandkids just call me lame. Thank you. Do something about it. I don't want to do anything about it. I can do everything. When we get Paka Musume, I don't know, someone make a game instead of Uma Musume. Make Paka Musume. I got into horse racing gambling because of Uma Musume, like in real life. For real? I'm never a big fan of horse racing. I don't gamble, but I'm excited to watch the race tomorrow. Damn. I don't really understand like the excitement of horse racing. Fukushima race course? Oh, cool. Maybe enjoy watching horse racing. 100 yen minimum bets there. Are you gonna bet? Are you gonna bet on it? Are you gonna do gambling? Nah. Nah. Okay. No gambling? I don't get any enjoyment from gambling either. That's good though. That's good. That's good. Keep it like that. Don't be addicted. It's not a good thing. You lose money. You always lose when you gamble. If you even win something, if you win, you keep doing that. Eventually, you'll still be lost. I actually think you'll see a resurgence in the popularity of real horse racing in the US due to Uma Musume. I think so. I think that too. But also in Hong Kong, sometimes, like we have horse racing regularly. And sometimes unfortunate things happen. It's like horse fell down, or things like that. And they have to put down the horse, and it gets a little bit sad. And every single time those kind of news happen, it's always like trigger people talking about whether they should start horse racing or not. But of course, I don't think it's gonna happen because horse racing generate like a lot of money. And we have a Jockey Club here in Hong Kong. It is the organization who organize all the horse races. It's a very big organization because it earns so much money. And I mean, they earn a lot, but they also contribute a lot to the society because they earn the money and then they put back the money in charity and stuff. And so I don't think the government will like actually stop the horse racing. Yeah, it's a tradition here, it's a culture, and it attracts tourists. But it gets sad sometimes when you see those animals, you know, on the field, and sometimes they got hurt, they injured, and they have to, you know, being put down. Because horse, if they broke their legs, they can't run anymore. They'll just suffer for the rest of their life. And that's why most of the time they'll just like being put down right on the field. Like they fell, they won't move them to other places or try to cure them. They just, you know, kill them right away so that they don't suffer. It's sad. Some horse lore in real life is extremely sad. You see, in gambling you can lose 100% of your money, but you can get a chance to have 1 billion or more percent or of it back. You know, that's a gambler mindset. You always look at, oh, that 0.1% chance that I will get the win. But eventually you're gonna lose more. Never let Arina fall down. I won't. I'll try to stay up. At least I know 2 goats, which is Halu Urara and Goat Ship, is still alive and doing well today. That's good. Let's give horse prosthetics legs. I don't think that's how it works. I think it's impossible, and that's why they don't do it. Yeah. I see, like, even if you cure them, if they can't run anymore, they will still suffer as a horse. They are born to run. If they can't, they'll still be like in pain. They still can't enjoy the same, you know, quality of life. Maybe horse on a wheelchair. If that's possible, I think they already did it. Favorite horse girl? A goody cap still gave grandson to this day. That's cool. I just got a giggle when looking at how the girls run in Uma Musume. I mean, they just run. They're like, they just whoa, 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 whoa. Horse on a wheelchair is an upgrade. They get wheels. I'm gonna run faster. The running looks way better than Blue Lock. The running looks way better than Blue Lock. Oh my god, I even mentioned Blue Lock. I watched the first season, then I stopped. I don't know, probably not my thing. Just attach wheels to the horse, built-in chariot. You guys are wild. Blue Lock first season was alright, second season sucks. That's why I didn't watch the second seasons, because I was scared of it. Uma Musume is extremely high quality. I will try to watch it. It's on Netflix, right? I'll try to watch it sometime. It's girl with horse ears, but running at actual horse speeds, it's bound to look funny. There's a niche about that, right? You like Blue Lock? Oh. What's so good about Blue Lock? Cinderella Grey is so good. Are there like different series when it comes to the Uma Musume anime? I'm gonna finish Pretty Derby Season 3 tomorrow and watch both movies next weekend. There's 2 series. Ah, I see. Someone else asked about how much power real horses have. Answer, about 1 horsepower. Good one, good one. True. 1 horsepower. Pretty Derby and Cinderella Grey and Cinderella Grey Part 2 will be released this October. So Cinderella Grey is newer. Pretty Derby is older? Is it? Is that how it works? You just had fun seeing the ways Isagi will solve a problem. Ah, interesting. Cinderella Grey made this year. Pretty Derby was on 2018 to 2023. I see. Are they like connect to each other, the story? Or do I have to watch Pretty Derby first, then Cinderella Grey? Or the other way around? They're not connected. Okay, that's good to hear. I'll think about watching it. But I currently already have a lot of stuff I have to watch, so... In the future. Is this Cinderella Orange? I don't know. Also, we're at an ad break. Yeah, but I'll keep talking. I need to end stream soon, that's the thing. We've been streaming for 3.5 hours. It's pretty long. Yeah. It's fun though. I always love Saturday night stream. Saturday night stream is your favorite? I'm glad. Because you can't watch me play games. Because there's no gaming. You can't watch me play games because it makes you sick, huh? Is it? Let me try to find someone to raid. Let me take a look on Twitch. Water! Post your chat. Ugh. And stretch alpaca. Cute, stretching. Stretch! Stretch! Who's streaming? Let me take a look. Oh! Ooh! Oof! Saturday night streams amazing. Yeah, we just talk whatever and we watch videos. If I feel like singing, I was singing, but tonight there'll be no singing because my voice is tired. My voice is so tired. So yeah. Who should we raid? Let me see. Do you guys have any suggestion? What kind of content you want to watch? Questionary, okay? Can I ask a question? Your voice is always music to my ears. Thank you. Arafi? What is? Name sounds similar. Do you do physical activities? And if you do you enjoy doing it? Physical activities? Physical activities, which mean like sport? What do you mean by physical activities? Like any activities that's not in front of the computer? Anything that doesn't require technology? Singing? I like it. I'm not a fan of outdoor activities. Yeah. Singing or playing instrument. I mean, instrument is also... Do you count instrument as technology, maybe? Even crocheting is like... You need tools, so it's some kind of technology, no? Reading? I like reading. As long as it doesn't require internet and a screen, I say it's fine. Yeah, then singing. I like singing. Just sing. Do you enjoy actively doing it? What do you mean by actively doing it? I sing all the time. I sing while walking, I sing while showering. You know. I like doing stuff. Or I take pictures sometimes. I mean, but it requires technology, it requires a camera. But I do it too. It's fun. Yasuo saying is very silly. It's enjoyable. I blesses everyone for singing in real life. I mean, if I'm outside, it's more like humming. I listen to music and sometimes I'll sing along with it. Very quietly. Yeah, but I do that. It's fun. I just don't like super active. It's not like I don't want to move around, it's more like I don't like the hot and get sweaty. If it doesn't require me getting sweaty, I'll enjoy the activities. And sometimes I just go out and walk. You know, walking. Walking is nice. You can enjoy the sunlight, enjoy the air, as long as it's not too hot. Maybe not in like summertime. Thank you for the answers. Aww. You slowly lost enjoyment in most stuff I do. That's why you have to focus something. And that's why sometimes old technology is good. You know, like archery is no longer feel fun. Well, if it is just a hobby, then it's fine that you just change to another hobby. But if your target is to get better, get good, there's some, you know, bottleneck that you have to go through. Because if you want to get better, it's not about fun anymore. It's about practice. I get good at something new too fast that I can't enjoy it for long. Yeah, but I don't know how good you want to get at something. If you want to get like really professional, you know, or you want to, you know, get to a certain level on something, you still have to keep doing it because there's always people like better than you. If you still want to push yourself doing the same thing, you have to set targets for yourself. But if it's just a hobby, you don't have to do that though. You don't have to push yourself too hard to achieve something. You can just enjoy it. Basically, my interest never got less, only more it got added with time. Yeah, I have a lot of hobbies too. Like volleyball, I used to be the top national player and I quit because I no longer feel that's the point of winning another tournament. Then maybe you don't like it that much, I would say. If you really enjoy a certain activities a lot, you don't have to push yourself or find reasons to stick with it. If you just see the point of doing that activities, then that activities is just not it. You just lose your passion. Then maybe just find another thing to do, you know? Unless you have to do it. Actually, what other hobbies, Ari? I think we never really talk a lot about your hobbies outside gaming. Well, I like singing, reading books, watching movies. I like photography. I like playing claw machine. Hello, Jingle. Hi. Right now your life feels so empty. You know, sometimes when it comes to hobbies, you don't find it fun. Maybe it's like too repetitive. Maybe you're just stuck at a bottleneck. Sometimes you have to get even better in order to enjoy that activities. Yeah. I'm trying out running and it kind of feels fun. From Uma Musume, then keep doing it. Yeah. You find it fun or it give you purpose, then just keep doing it. Don't give up. I'm thinking of whether I get into arts or 3D modeling in the future for a game. That's cool. You should try it. I do arts too sometimes, but I'm not really good at it and I don't have that many patience to get better on it, so I just quit. But I still like sketch. Do some like simple drawing sometimes. And of course, beside gaming, I also like content creation. I like making videos. I like teaching people language. I taught people Japanese in my own time. I'll continue my daily 12-kilometer run tomorrow. Good luck! But I'll have breakfast. Today is going on an empty stomach kind of mistake. Yeah, right? Having no competition sucks. I feel so alone. Ari taught us Kanto too. Yeah. I'm thinking about making some Japanese learning shorts and put it on YouTube too. Like currently I have some Cantonese learning shorts, but maybe I will make Japanese version also. Yeah. That's my passion. That's things I want to do. Ari's Kanto is so pretty. Thank you. Thank you, you're so nice. Ari 廣東話好聽咩？我覺得好普通啫喎。Also Ari, yep. 我愛你 Thank you. You're sweet. You know how to say I love you in Cantonese. That's great. You spamming Arina Jotella on every Hong Kong VTuber stream? Jotella? I didn't teach you Jotella. You need to say Jotella. Hello Taylor. Welcome to stream. Right in a kokoro. Aww. Arina, so hung-eye. Thank you. I know I'm cute. I know I'm hung-eye. That's it. Hello, 131. Welcome. Like how people drop by in this late time. Guess having a good day? Having an amazing day? Almost as cute as me. I'm your grandma, that's why. You are very competitive. I see that. 你好靚啊！你好靚啊！你好靚啊 mean you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Oh, I wanted to raid Arathy, but apparently she's ending stream. I'm just checking my stream. I was like, oh, she's ending stream. I'm sorry. Any other suggestion? We're raiding. I'm getting tired. I have to rest soon. Time to suggest me channel to raid. Give me some channel who's like not ending around this time. please. Thank you. I want to guess what does this mean? Oh, cha? Cha. I don't know. I don't know if it's Asian. Okay. That doesn't really matter to me though. Whether they're Asian or not. I don't really mind. Malu VT. Okay. They're doing just chatting. Oh, they're starting. But they're starting though. They're not like streaming right now. Oh, they just started. They're building a Gundam? Okay. Great. Let's rate them. I'll try Google Translate that word. Okay, let me put it on Google. Oh, it's cafe. I see. That's interesting. So you said the pronunciation is similar to Cantonese, is it? That's cool. I'll try to listen to it, like how Google's pronounce it. I don't know. How similar is it? Alright, guys, we are rating. I'm so sorry, but it's getting late and I'm about to end stream, so we are going to rate. Before we end the night, have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. If you're heading to bed, I wish you a very, very sweet dream. Thank you so much for dropping the follow. Argonite. I will see you all next time. My next stream will be on Monday. I stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. On Saturday is always a just chatting stream. On Monday and Wednesday, I'm playing games. Also, if you managed to yap for extra 1 hour, good for you. I enjoy talking to you all, and I hope you all enjoyed today's stream too. Hope you all enjoyed this little nostalgic journey with me, and I'm looking forward to see you all in my next stream. Remember to copy our raid message, and we're going to say hello to Monmosu Malu VT, and they are currently doing a handcam stream building Gundam. That's cool. So, good night and sweet dream. Bye!